right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Good Morning Xbox. I am your host, Axel1324.
And I'm coolcatterri.
And I'm Eternal Shaddai backwards, I guess.
And hold on. Yeah, let's fix everything. There we
There
go.
you go.
Oh, it looks so much better. Oh, my God. Amazing. Yeah. Hey, guys, it's been a great week. Last week we left you guys right before the showcase started. You guys have had a full week to simmer it all in, just let it all cook in your head. So that way, some of the initial hype may have worn off, but I don't know. I'm still pretty excited about what we saw. And, it wasn't the only showcase that came on. The Future Games Showcase was on. The PC Gaming Showcase was on. Devolver Digital did their stuff. There was another one, but nobody cares about that one. And I'm just kidding. The Ubisoft Forward was also there, and they showed off extended gameplay of Star Wars, I believe, right, Terry?
Yes, they did.
Yes. So, lots of showcases last week. But you know what? Before we talk about our showcases, guys, let's talk about what you've been playing. Terry, what have you been playing?
Nothing again. No, I've just been messing around with my car. So that's all I've been doing. I haven't been gaming. I need to I don't know, I just haven't been excited to game in a while. So I've kind of been in one of those moods where I'm just not in the mood to game. Like nothing has got me excited that's currently out. So I'm just like meh.
Meh.
kind of in like a gaming drought right now where I just don't want to play anything.
Okay. She's in the mood, guys. She's in the mood. It's that time of the year. So, Shaddai, what have you been gaming?
I finished Call of Duty 2. I did 100% achievement for that game. Then I jumped back to Sword of the Vagrant. And I'm getting my butt whooped. But that's what I've been playing lately.
Yeah, nice. So the only gaming I've been doing has been on xCloud. I've been playing Sea of Stars, based on Doggy Dog's recommendation. And man, the combat system in Sea of Stars is something else for an RPG. And if an old school RPG did the combat system that Sea of Stars did, it would have been given the year. Even like just flat out. I don't know if you guys have played Sea of Stars, but it has input-based combat. If you hit a button at a certain time, you do extra damage. If you hit it at a certain time, you can block damage. You can charge up your mana, your attacks. You can bounce back attacks. I mean, it is an input-based, turn-based combat system. Very unique, very cool. But it's all I have to play right now has been my PC and xCloud, and I haven't had enough time to play my PC. I play in bed for like an hour before I pass out. Sometimes with the controller in my hand. My wife said that the other day I was playing the game and I was like, doing one of these.
So you were actually seeing stars.
Yeah, I was seeing nothing apparently. So yeah. But I do want to get my Xbox hooked up. Hopefully in the next week or two it'll be hooked up and I can play some games. So yeah, that's what we've been playing. But chat, let us know what you've been playing. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say. We'd love to hear about all the games you've been cooking with. Now, first, speaking of the chat, we got my buddy, Doggy Dog 420. Good morning, Doggy Dog. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. We have Crazy Greek Dude coming in. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He said Xbox screwed up with that 2 terabyte digital Series X pricing. It is cheaper than buying another terabyte
That is true.
of expandable memory.
That is actually true.
I guess they make it trade. I guess that's how they're going to make you trade it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it is cheaper.
That is true.
Let's see. At this point, they should do like Hewlett Packard, sell the hardware cheap and trap you with the ink. Low price hardware, $19 Game Pass. No, you shut your mouth with that. No more Game Pass increases. I am dealing with a higher cost of living right now, and I need all the cash breaks I can get, even if it's $2.
We need raises. Give us raises.
Yes. Just because Microsoft employees start at $125K doesn't mean I did. So, yeah. Let's see. Shout out to You're Wicked Hot. Thank you so much for joining us. You're the real MVP. He says, hey, good morning, everyone. Let's go Celtics. Also, hope you feel better, Doggy Dog 420. Oh, yeah. What is the score? That's right. The Mavs didn't get shut out. Yeah, they won the last game. So
yeah,
yes.
They did.
Yeah, and being let's go Mavs.
The same thing as the Oilers, 8-1.
Yeah. Let's see. General Spartan comes in. Thank you so much for being here, General Spartan. You are the real MVP. He says, didn't get in any gaming last night because I messed up my left hand and shoulder while working yesterday. Dang. Plus, had a headache from the heat. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you. I probably drank 2 to 5 gallons of water yesterday. I would get like those bottles, right, and just chug them all at once. Open another one and chug another one. I mean, I was just, and I barely used the restroom. Barely. I mean, I went to the restroom like, oh, I have to pee. It should be a lot of pee because I drank so much water. No, it was like done. Seconds worth of pee. Yeah. And by the way, I was moving yesterday for 12 hours with a moving truck. So that's why I am exhausted. So if my energy is low, chat, I apologize. Let's see. We got Fastback in the chat. Thank you so much for being here, Fastback. You are the real MVP. Says, good morning, Xbox. What's going on, Fastback? Let's see. And Fastback has been playing Hypercharge, Plate Up. Don't even know what that is. And Fallout Shelter. What is Plate Up? Anybody play?
Probably
it sounds like a food game.
Yep. I think it's called Overcooked.
Yeah. And Chet Walker comes in and he says, Happy Father's Day to all. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for reminding us, Chet Walker. You are the real MVP. It is Father's Day. I actually just forgot. Like, we were talking about it before the show, and I'm so tired, I forgot. It is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Hope you guys are enjoying your TV dinners, I guess, because, Mother's Day, we all go out, but for Father's Day, we get TV dinners.
I know, right? You see that difference? I don't get nothing.
Yeah. We reach deep in our wallet for Mother's Day, but Father's Day, you're after Columbus Day, Arbor Day. I don't even know what Arbor Day is, but it's after Arbor Day.
So, you're just doing it wrong. Because I remember growing up, we always went camping for Father's Day. So always went camping. So we had fishing and grilling and all kinds of good stuff.
So you made your dad do a lot of work on Father's Day? Dang.
No, we didn't let him do work. He wanted to go do that stuff because he liked doing that stuff.
Yes. I think that's really what Father's Day is about, is like, oh, what family activity does the father like to do? And 9 out of 10 is something like camping or like swimming. Usually something to do with water. Yes. Shout out to Fastback. He says, yes, happy Father's Day. We'll be on the coast later today to beach fish. Eat next week. See? Beach. Water.
Fishing.
Fish. Water. Yeah. See? Well, totally 100% called it. Doggy dog. Will you be doing anything in the water today for Father's Day? Oh, other than drinking it to pass your illness on. Let's see. General Spartan says, I down 2 bottles of water plus 3 bottles of Gatorade. Dang. Yes. And shout out to Jacob Novak. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, hi. My beautiful wife, thank you so much for being here. You are the MVP of my life. She says, Mr. Shaddai is protesting Father's Day. Yeah.
No, I am not. I'm just saying the differences.
Let's see. Jacob Novak says, good news. He who quizzed Phil Spencer for FTC in court last year has withdrawn. He?
He's talking about
I need more information from Jacob Novak, but that is good news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shaddai, why don't you barbecue?
I'm barbecuing.
Why don't you cook your family something?
I'm barbecuing right now. It's called gaming news.
He's cooking. And yes, Doggy is drinking lots of water.
JRPG fraud.
The JRPG fraud. Oh my goodness. I don't know about that, but we'll see.
We had that conversation last weekend.
Oh, I see. Hey, Jacob, you can find me at on Twitter at Axel1324, exactly how you see it here on the screen. Yeah. That's how you can find me. Or tag me on the article. Yeah, that's fine. All right, but the Xbox Game Showcase was last week, guys. Did you guys get to see this? What has been argued as not only Xbox's best showcase, but quite possibly the best showcase ever. Terry, did you see this bad boy?
Yeah, I watched it. It was a good showcase. I wouldn't say it was the best showcase ever, but it was definitely a good showcase.
Oh!
Yeah.
What would you rate it, Terry, if it wasn't the best ever?
I'd probably give it an 8.
An 8. Okay. All right. Blasphemous words from Terry. Sorry about that, everybody.
Blasphemy.
On Father's
Yes.
Day, you hurt our feelings like that, man.
That's the worst present I ever got for the special day.
That's the worst present you ever got. Oh man, this new gun right here, the skull shooting gun, is so cool. Shaddai, did you watch the Xbox Game Showcase?
Of course I did after the show. Man, that was a great show, and I give it a 9.5.
Nice.
The proper number.
The proper number. So yeah, I of course I watched it. I was about 20 to 30 minutes behind on it when I watched it, as I needed to get some things done. But yes, it was very good. And there's actually more games in this showcase that I'm excited about than any other showcase. So for me, it is definitely the best showcase I have ever seen. As no showcase has ever left me like, I want to play that. I want to play that. I want to play that. As many times as this showcase did. I guess so normally I could only find like between 3 to 5 games I really want to play on. On this one, it was like so many.
All of them, I guess.
No, not all of them. Not all of them. Hold on, let me bring this up. I made a graphic. Everything in green is what I want to play. Everything is yellow is what I might play, and everything in red is what I'm passing on. So far, right? So look how many greens there are. Normally there's only 3 to 4 greens, and everything else is yellow or red. So this one had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games that I wanted to play out of the, how many are there? 25, 26 games shown? Isn't it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I think it was 30.
Oh, no, 6, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30, yeah. So 14 games out of the 30, almost 50% of the showcase was for me. So that's really good from my perspective. So yes, I am very excited for this one. But this is my list, right? Terry, you know what? Hold on. Let me pull something up here. Let me go to Twitter.
You're gonna pull mine up?
Oh, did you make one too?
Terry? I did.
Oh my gosh, yes I am. Hold on.
Mine was me scribbling out all the stuff I had zero interest in.
Oh
my
gosh, yes.
I think Terry's gonna be all red and only one.
Oh my gosh, you did make one.
I just scribbled stuff out. He made his really nice and professional. I was like, nah.
Yes, I had to. I planned on showing it off for the podcast, so I had to be professional. All right, so here's Terry. I guess you scribbled out what you're not interested in.
That's ghetto.
Yeah, everything that's got scribbled out, I have zero interest in, and everything. Well, the remaining 11 are the ones I'm excited for.
Wait, but 11, right? 11. So I got 14. 11. You have 11. Okay, that's not bad. 3. A difference of 3. That's still not bad, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a 14, and you have. Oh, where did it go? Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. And you have 11, so that's not bad, right? Right, Shaddai?
I wish I could have done that.
Don't you worry about it, Shaddai. We got you covered here live on the Xbox Video Games Podcast. Let me go to the Xbox Twitter and download one for Shaddai, a blank one. We're gonna do Shaddai live.
Exactly.
Yeah, there we go.
See, now that's what it's called, a really good present.
All right, hold on. Let me open it up here. Get the blank one.
I got mine in paper. See, in color.
All right, I don't know how to edit this live, Shaddai, so we're just gonna have to pretend, okay?
Wait, if you have you should be able to just right click on it and hit edit or whatever. If you have, and then can you draw? Image? Does it give you the option to draw like an X or anything on it?
Markup. Okay. Yeah.
There you go. Just draw X's on the ones you don't like.
Okay. Hold on. Let me.
No, we're gonna do a mix and match, a professional one and a scribble one. So I get both of them.
No, you're gonna get a not professional one. All right, hold on. Let me find out how I get this to display on the screen. Sorry, guys, this is a live show. Things happen. Okay.
We're winging it.
So we're gonna go for X's and O's.
X's and O's. All right, hold on. Let me take this off so that we can
draw hearts over
live.
the ones he likes.
While I'm doing this, prepare this. Terry, can you catch up with some of the chat?
Sure thing. So we got. Let me scroll back up here.
Yeah.
Where did we leave off? We were talking about
Fastback.
water.
Fastback is the next one, I think.
For the 17 out of 10?
Yeah.
All right, so Fastback had 17 out of... How do you get 17 out of 10? Like, I don't...
That's a triple A.
Okay.
17 day one in Game Pass. I'm not sure what you mean by out of 10. Is that his ranking? Like he's giving it a 17 out of 10?
Yeah, that's the ranking.
Guess. Okay. And then we got Crazy Greek Dude who says that he's going to give... that there's 18 day one Game Pass games. And then I think he commented that someone doesn't like Indiana Jones. I'm assuming that might have been Axel's. Axel, did you have Indiana Jones?
No, I don't like Indiana Jones. You know that's true.
Blasphemy.
Like, I'm not a fan of Indiana Jones, but I want to play it. I like a good adventure game, so I'll give it a go. All right, and then Jacob Novik is here. Hello, Jacob. And then some Eternal Should Die guy showed up in the chat. He don't matter. I kid. But yeah.
That should die guy.
That should die guy.
That should die. Everybody got it, like their little card all nice, and Shaddai is pretty much in regular paper from work.
From work.
See, from work. Yeah, this is the paper that I use from work.
All right, here we go. I got it up. All right, Shaddai. So we're gonna go through this. Just tell me what to red mark.
Okay.
Red means not interested at all.
Oh, well, let me go for the list. I'd rather go for the ones that I want, and then the rest one you'll know.
Okay. So hold on. Let me put the green mark. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Green mark. Ready.
Okay. The first one, yes, that would be Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I love history, so
yes.
We're gonna mark. I'm not gonna talk about anything. And
yeah, just mark him for right now. We'll talk about him in a bit.
Good. Indiana Jones, yes.
Okay.
Gears, yes.
Doom,
yes.
Okay.
Avowed, yes.
Okay.
Skip.
Skip. Okay.
Skip. And skip.
Skip.
I'm skipping that one.
Skipping.
Yes. Assassin's Creed, yes.
Okay.
Stalker, yes.
Okay.
Age of Mythology, no. Skip.
Okay.
Fable, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Mixtape, no. Perfect Dark, yes. Expedition 33, that's a huge yes.
Yeah.
South of Midnight, yes. Shadow Space, meh. So I'll skip that one. Day of Decay, yes. Wushang, yes. No, that's a no. Metal Gear, yes. That's a yes. Fallout 76, no. Life is Strange, no. Sea of Thieves, no. Ironfall, is that the one that is the multiplayer with the cards?
No, that's Fragpunk.
Because that's a yes. Let's mark that one yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no to Ironfall. Flintlock, yes.
Okay.
Winterborough, no, and Make a Break, no.
All right, so let me close this while I do some savings here. Save options. Save. Okay, and now I can reload it into our chats, into our regular chats here. All right, where are you, Shaddai? All right.
Oh, now I'm Shy Guy from Jacob Novik, which actually makes sense. Wow.
All right, here we go. Let's share the Xbox screens. Here we are. Okay. All right, so let's cut out Shaddai. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 games for Shaddai. So that is good. That's good, right, everybody? Right?
Yeah, that's more than half, yes.
Yeah, so more than half. So Terry was at 11, I'm at 14, and Shaddai's at 16. Okay, not bad. Not bad for the Xbox Game Showcase, right? So this is Shaddai. Again, to recap, this is Axel. This is Terry.
Looks great.
And this is Shaddai. All right. I love it. Let's check in with some of the chat here.
You do that, it sounds like I'm really skinny.
What was the last thing you read, Terry? Sorry, I was
we left off right where Jacob came in, and he was basically just tagging us all.
Okay. So let's see. Chet Walker says, every time I see this list, I think of Kid Smooth Game Pass song. I did not hear it, but I'm sure it's fantastic. Let's see. Shout out to Sir X Man. Thank you so much for joining us. You're the real MVP. He says, blah, blah, blah. Doggy Dog says, Expedition 33 looks awesome, right?
Yeah, the GRPG.
Sir X Man says, Mecha Break Day 1. Fastback says, Adam Fall look cool. Love me Western RPGs. Yes. Absolutely. Crazy Great Dude is also, no one is interested in Adam Fall? And Eternal Shaddai, how are you dissing the Elder Scrolls Online?
Not a fan of, I like the other Elder Scroll, but not the online one.
Oh, I love the online one the most.
Yeah, online is good.
Just being honest, it's good.
Because it's gonna take your life away from that
it's
thing.
Good. I put it on yellow because of time, not because I didn't like it. It's because of time.
Exactly.
Mine, I think I crossed out because I just don't have. I know I'm not going to get to it because I'm already like a couple expansions behind, so I already know I'm not going to get to it.
I agree with you guys on that.
But I do love ESO.
It's a time thing for me. Sir X-Man says, hit that like and share, everyone. Let's go. I did it. Your turn. Absolutely, everybody. Every thumbs up helps us get discovered in the live section of YouTube. Help us beat that YouTube algorithm by giving us a thumbs up and sharing it if you can. Every share does help, and we are still trying to get up to 500 subscribers on the Iconic Video Games channel, so definitely appreciate it. Let's see. And Jacob Novik did tag me. I'll take a look at it here in a while. Right now, we're still talking about the showcase, Jacob. But let me take a look, and if I think it's appropriate, we'll talk about it. Mm-hmm. But thank you so much for tagging me. I appreciate it. And yeah, guys, if you see something that you would like us to discuss on the show, don't be afraid to tag me. Sometimes I'm looking for topics, just being honest. All right, but the showcase. All right, so overall, Terry gave it an 8. Shaddai gave it a 9.5. Mm-hmm. I've never given this many likes to a show, so for me, this is the golden standard right now. So I'm giving it the 10 out of 10, baby, because it's just nothing has ever interested me. I've never seen somebody like yes from a showcase in my life. But Terry, which from your let me pull up Terry's list. From your amazing list, talk to us about maybe like the top 3 you're looking forward to, but mostly I want you to talk to me about your number 1. So mention 2 and talk the most about 1.
My number 1 is gonna have to be Dragon Age. I'm a huge Dragon Age fan, so I've been looking forward to it.
Figures.
Yeah. No, it's not crossed out.
It looked crossed out to me.
It's underneath gears. All right. So no, yeah, Dragon Age is my number 1. Number 1 right there, hands down. And then I guess the second one is probably gonna be maybe Flintlock. Maybe Flintlock.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that would look good.
So I don't even know how long it's been since Inquisition. Inquisition came out on last gen, so it hasn't been horrendously long, thankfully.
Right.
But it's been long enough. I think it's still been like 7 years, maybe. I don't even know.
Yeah. So here's the Dragon Age Veilguard is what it's called, right?
Yes, they changed the name and it's confusing people.
Silly. So Veilguard, the next Dragon Age. Tell us why you're excited about it.
Well, first off,
the series.
Yes, we see that Varric is still very much part of it. Varric has been the one character that's been in now, I guess, 3 of the games. So, which is, like every game they pretty much, you start with a fresh new hero and you get new companions. They might reference past characters, but Varric has been that one character who's been there since Dragon Age 2. So that's pretty cool that they keep him in there. And yeah, we finally get to go after Solus, which I'm excited about. Now, there are people who are fans of Solus. I've never liked him. I hated him since the beginning of Inquisition, and I wanted to beat his... I wanted to destroy him the whole entire time he was in my party. And then, things happen. I don't want to spoil for those who haven't played Inquisition yet, but things happen, and I just want to destroy him even more. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how the story plays out with that. And so yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. They my understanding is they try to go back towards combat that's going to be more similar to how Dragon Age 2 was, which is great because Dragon Age 2 was my favorite. When it comes to most Dragon Age fan, 2 is the least favorite, but for me, it was my favorite. I loved it. But they still have you can still pause, to do your combat wheel and stuff like that for those who...
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
For those that like doing that kind of strategy play where you can control your companions and stuff, that have that more of that PC feel, they still have that in there. So that's cool. They've already talked about how when it comes to romances, they're not going to be race or gender locked for the first time ever, which is great because let me tell you, there's been plenty of times in the previous games where they didn't like you because you were the wrong race or gender, and then it was like, come on, man. so and for the first time ever, we get to play as a Canary, so that's cool. We're gonna have the Canary race is going to be added, so your playable character you can make a Canary this time, and of course we'll also have a Canary companion. But we've already had sidekicks that were Canary before, but this is the first time we get to play as one, so that's pretty cool too for those that are excited to try something new. So it's got everything I want. It's got everything I want. I can beat up Solus. I can play as a new race because, when it comes to fantasy games, you pretty much always play as either a human or an elf, and I want some, variety. So I'm happy that we can play as a Canary. So it's going to be great.
I mean, look at this. It looks amazing. It looks beautiful.
It looks so good.
I'm just saying, this looks
happy.
beautiful. You can tell BioWare's taking their time on this one. And this actual gameplay, not another trailer like Anthem was.
I was about to say that.
So yeah, it looks beautiful, Terry. I'm so glad you talked about this. Let's see. Shaddai Vilgard is on your skip list. It's on your skip list.
Skip list.
Yes. So yeah, that one is being skipped. So Shaddai has nothing to say.
So you want me to choose the 3 or?
No. Hold on. Okay. We're still talking about Dragon Age. So Dragon Age is on my maybe list.
Well, I'll tell you the reason why I skipped it. Because the last Dragon Age that I played was Origins. And that was my first try for Dragon Age. I was going to play Inquisition, but it never caught my attention. I kind of backed off. Then after that, I don't care about Dragon Age.
Nice. Okay. Well, this one is on my maybe list. I've never played a Dragon Age in my life. I know my cousin... I know my cousin is very much into them. One time I visited him, and he was playing Dragon Age, and I watched him for a while. It looked good. I just have never had time for it. But I need to. I feel like this one is finally the one I'm going to break down and play. So hopefully, I don't need to have played Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age Inquisition.
I mean,
to understand what's happening.
The world, everything that's happening in the world, it's all a continuation. But you always start with a fresh team and crew doing your own kind of thing.
But it's still part of the same story, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is kind of like how Mass Effect is, where the story continues. So the choices you make in the game shape how everything happens and how people interact. The same thing happens in Dragon Age. So you're kind of shaping how it is, because there's the big war between the Templars and the mages. So so things change. But they're pretty much scrapping a lot of it for this one. You will be able to pick the choices of how you want the outcomes to be for this one, whereas for Inquisition they had the Dragon's Keep. You'd go on the computer to the Dragon's Keep, and you could upload all your choices that you made from the previous games to shape how your game would be. So they're not going to use Dragon's Keep, but I think that what they explained was when you boot up this game, they're going to give you a list of choices. You're going to pick the ones you want, and that's how your world is going to be.
That's cool.
But so yeah, if you've never played the other ones, you're going to have no clue what any of those choices mean. So there will be that.
I see. Let's see. Let's check in with the chat. So shout out to Jesse Darby. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He said he liked 9 out of those games shown. So that's fantastic. Let's see. Crazy Greek Dude says, I want to say Inquisition was like 2014. The year 2014? Or Probably. That's when it came out? I think that's when it came out.
I don't remember when it came out. I know it came out last gen, though.
Yes. Let's see. Jacob Novak says, Axel, did you know that Dragon Age Veilguard is the second Dragon Age game, including Inquisition, which isn't going to be available in India? EA had some board member before who told them to skip India. That's not good. I mean, there's so many people there. But yeah, there's so many people there that deserve to play, or at least have the option to. But hopefully, they'll find a way. I mean, all developers do when they skip a heavily populated country is limit themselves. Just saying. Let's see. Shaddai, what did the cow say to the cat?
I am not gonna say.
Moo.
I'm gonna black him. Yep, I'm gonna black him.
Sorry. Jesse Darby says he would give the showcase a 9. Sorry, Jesse Darby. I apologize. Yes. Shout out to Graphic God Jay. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, good morning, everyone. I woke up late because it's Father's Day. You're darn right. You will go ahead and sleep it in, buddy. What are you going to do for Father's Day, Graphic God? Does it involve water of any kind? We're just asking. So far, everybody is doing something related to water. We're just asking.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Shaddai's list. All right, Shaddai. So 2 games that you're number 2, you're number 3, and then are you number 3, number 2, and then tell us about your number 1.
Okay, number 3 will be Avowed.
Okay.
Then it will go Expedition 33 as my second one.
Oh, good one.
And the first one, everybody's darling, Gears of War E-Day.
E-Day.
Exciting day.
Tell us about why that one is your number 1.
Come on now. We get Dom Santiago back. And everybody was looking forward to it. Everybody missed Dom. They went back to square one. We're going back to the prequel. And I was really excited. Everybody thought that it was Gears 6. Nobody expected it was going to be another prequel out of another prequel from another prequel.
Right.
Because now this is like the 3rd prequel.
Right.
But this is everybody's darling. We are expecting this. We're going back in time. Everybody screwed Dom. We're probably going to see Bear and Cole. The crew is
No, they don't meet them until way later, especially Baird. They didn't meet Baird until Kilo Team. Way later when they were doing the bombs.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised he'll meet him this time in this. I wouldn't be surprised for the first time.
Yeah.
But this is one that I'm really, really looking forward to it. Love it. I love it. We need this like ASAP because the other ones, the part 4 and 5, they were like, meh. So, yeah.
Blasphemous. I'm going to block you, should I?
You know that everybody wanted the original cast compared to Kate and the other one and the other one. And JD.
I love the fact that the Gears of War story had moved on. Because their war ended. And a new war began, and I love that. Like, my parent, like, it's like, all these people that are tired of World War II shooters. That war ended.
A lot of them.
That war ended. It's time to make a game about a different war. So that's all I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying this is terrible, should I? I'm not. I'm just letting you know that I don't think that the 4 and 5 are bad. I think they're amazing.
No, they're not that bad, but they're not memorable.
Oh, I think about them all the time. Thinking about him right now.
Oh well, not for nothing, but JD's beeping the horn. He's looking for you.
Hey, all right, Terry. Gears of War E-Day. Are you excited for this one? I know Gears of War is your favorite Xbox franchise.
It's like the only first party game Xbox has that I pay attention to. So yeah, I am excited for this, and at the same time I'm kind of worried too. So yeah, it's just with the way Gears 5 ended, and they kind of dropped the bomb with learning more about the Queen and like that thing. It makes sense that they would go back to E-Day because this is a chance for them to dive into that story of what the Queen was up to at the very beginning. So I feel like this makes sense why they would go back. So instead of giving us flashbacks in 6, they can just show us and we can play through it.
Yeah, there you go. They get to find the motive. Maybe we'll find out the motivation of the Locusts, why they're doing this.
Yeah, we'll learn all of that, play this, and then they'll probably make 6, to dive into that, back to that story, after, So I think that's kind of cool to have us actually go back and play through the whole thing instead of just getting some quick story flashbacks with an explanation, So I approve. This is going to be great. The things that worry me, though, is when it comes to weapons. Every time we have a new Gears, they always introduce new weapons. With us going back to the beginning, we wouldn't have a lot of the cool weapons that we're used to. This would
no
be
chainsaw. No chainsaw. You
so
saw the Retro Lancer.
So this, I'm not a big fan of the Retro Lancer, but so weapons is going to be one of those things where we're not going to have all the cool stuff, and they really can't make anything new because they didn't have them in Gears 1. So it's like, what are they going to do for weapons?
Actually, not for nothing. If we give it a thought, I was just thinking now, everything is hardware guns, a chainsaw, hammer burst. We might get a screw gun. We might get
you just saw him weaponize a TV monitor right there.
Hey, and you know what? Let me add something. I did said it last weekend. Do you really think? And I asked you, Axel, do you think they're gonna bring the word war? And they actually did.
And I said no, and they did. Yes, I remember that. Shaddai.
Yes.
I absolutely remember that.
I think Jacob misunderstood me.
So first off, this trailer, the whole time I couldn't tell if I was watching an older JD. I was like, so does that mean that Dell dies?
I was right there with you. Like when they showed his face, like I'm like, he looks like Marcus, but he didn't look right. Like he didn't look like a young Marcus, but he doesn't look, he just doesn't look right.
I was like, is this JD? Like that's all that I was thinking of, right? And then when he put that bandana, when I saw Dominic, I was like, oh my God, Dominic. And, the whole reveal of Dom. Poor Dom, man. If you haven't played Gears of War 2, Dom has suffered a lot. If you haven't played Gears of War 3, you don't know the sacrifices he made. And when they saw Dom, I almost cried. Like, I was this close to crying. I was like, Dom! Was. Like right here, when they showed Dom, I'm like, is that Dom? Is that Dom? It's Dom! And then he gives Marcus his bandana back, and he puts it on, and I'm like, oh my God, that's young Marcus! And then they zoom out. And, if you know your Gears of Warlord, all the cities are tore up.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that this is another city and it's just now all these emergence holes.
I think that's Jacinto.
What was it?
That's Jacinto.
No, this is not Jacinto.
It looked like Jacinto.
It is not Jacinto. It definitely has a name, but it's not Jacinto. But you see all these holes. And I'm like, is this Emergence Day? That's all I could think of. I was like, is this Emergence Day? And they did E-Day, and I was like, yes! Like, seriously. Gears of War E-Day. Fantastic.
Yep. Exciting day. See, that's what it stands for.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to General Ram more than the Queen. They bring in General Ram. He was a true menace. He was the main guy for a long time. I mean, Ukon was there, but Ukon was taken care of by Diaz, Kate's dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe we'll see Ukon, maybe we'll see General Ram. So yeah, lots of bad guys in there that we're like, yes, and maybe some new bad guys. Who knows, right? So yeah, I heard that they're bringing back some of the horror aspects of Gears as well.
Which is good.
Yeah, it is.
So maybe that whole, gotta be in the light at all times. The fact that the locusts are stronger than us is good, but they're not more bulletproof than us, which is nice because he still got his head blown off, which is fantastic because there's nothing I like hearing more than the head pop in Gears 4. Terry, you can't lie. That's the best head pop in the world.
Especially with that Nasher.
The head pop noise in Gears of War. When you blow someone's head off, just I can't even make it.
I guess. If you say so.
Is that Nasher gun?
Yeah. The Nasher's probably going to be in there. It's going to be great. Let's see. Graphic God says water. Does watering plants count? I guess it's watering. I mean, if that's what you look forward to doing in Father's Day, if that's what your Father's Day activity is, then hey, that's your Father's Day activity, sir. Let's see. Didn't you hear the Swarm in Gears 5 has a king too? King Shaddai. That's right. So these are the locusts, the grubs, and in the Gear series, they're the Swarm. So yes, absolutely different. Let's see. Jesse Darby's top 3 were Perfect Dark, Fable, Gears, and Indiana Jones. Sarbler says, I still can't believe we're getting Perfect Dark. It looks so good. It definitely does. It definitely does. Let's see. Jesse Darby also says Baird was part of E-Day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was.
And Jacob Novick is confused. He says, Cool Cat Terry, how can E-Day have flashbacks to 5 if E-Day is a prequel to 1?
That's
Terry,
not what I said.
Would you like to repeat yourself more clearly?
I did not say that. I said, based on how 5 ended, if they made 6, we would get stuck with flashbacks for what happened during E-Day. So instead of having a lot of flashbacks in 6, they are giving us E-Day so we can just play through all of it and learn more about the Queen and stuff at the beginning. And, and of course, Ram could possibly be here too, or Ram, or however you want to say it.
Ooh, but Ram, yeah, and Ukon.
So which is great. That's what I said, is because 6 would have been riddled with flashbacks. Now we are living the flashback with E-Day. So that's what I said. All right. But this is gonna be great.
Yeah, so the chainsaw was created 1 year after E-Day.
When did they get the boom shot? Because that's my favorite, and I feel like I'm not going to have it in this game.
I mean, the boom shot is a locust weapon, so maybe it already exists.
Depends. They might not develop it until later in the war.
Yeah. But I believe the dev said in an interview that we get to see it getting created in the game. So there you go. Maybe we'll get to use a prototype.
Right, the chain falls off. Wonderful.
Yeah, something. It's going to be a prototype, and it's going to fail.
Yeah, it's gonna keep jamming, getting stuck. Like, no!
Absolutely. Sarah Below said, King said something that makes sense. What if they also make Gears like Fallout 76? That would actually be cool. A Gears MMO, it could happen, but I'm unsure. Like, I like my Gears being stories.
Yeah, me too.
Moving on.
I would.
And the Gears already has amazing online modes, especially horde mode. I love my Gears horde mode. Love it. And Chair Walker says, my top was Avowed, South of Midnight, and Winter Burrow. Winter Burrow. I don't know why I'm struggling to say that. I'm very tired, guys. Give me a break. Give me a break. So fantastic choice, Terry. All right, on to the most beautiful mocked up list you've ever seen. My list. All right, so I have been watching some of these trailers over and over and over again. I'm obviously very excited for Starfield Shattered Space, but that's an expansion. Flintlock looks good. Wuchang looks good. For me, it's between like Gears of War, Perfect Dark, State of Decay, Assassin's Creed look great, Doom, and Expedition 33. Those are like my top 5. So if I had to, and Fable 6. Oh, geez. If I had to bring it down to the top 3.
I'll help you. Get Atom Fall, Frank Punk, and Mecha Break. That's it.
No, you be quiet. You be quiet over there, should I? will block you, sir.
Stop using my wording.
Yes. Perfect Dark is definitely up there. They didn't show any E-Day gameplay, so I'm going to skip it just because they didn't show any gameplay. So Perfect Dark. It's between Perfect Dark, Fable, and State of Decay 3. I'm really looking forward to State of Decay 3. But out of those three, I'm going with Perfect Dark. I'm a huge, huge fan of Perfect Dark. Let me pull up the Perfect Dark trailer here. Give me a second, guys. So the last time we saw the Perfect Dark trailer, it was just the drone going around introducing Joanna Dark, who works for Datadyne. By the way, guys, I know I got it backwards last week. I said she was against Datadyne. I'm wrong. She works for Datadyne, right? And so this one, like, the gameplay looked so good at the combat. Like, I want to talk about the combat. Let me skip to the combat. Skip all this, skip all there, skip all there. Give me the combat. All right, so like right here, you have electric shots, which again, super cool in the future. You know, he falls down and she can jump on him and take his gun. That's cool. Right here, she shoots the guy in the middle, kicks the leg out from the guy on the left. That is super cool. That this combat really has me like, yes, finally feeling like a real secret agent.
No,
here she like hand-to-hand combats this guy, holds him down while shooting that guy, and then knocks him out. That is so cool. The fact that the combat in this game looks so darn good is amazing. Sorry. All right, back to the beginning of the trailer. And that's really what sold this game for me is the combat that Joanna Dark gets to do. It's not just going to be like a first-person shooter. They're going to have like I don't know, kinetic attacks and everything else in it. So, and it's so funny to me because, you know, I heard from a rumor, oh, here comes the rumor, that Perfect Dark was in a bad state. Terry, does this look like it's in a bad state to you?
No, it doesn't. No. It looks pretty good. I did honestly when this trailer came up, I didn't even recognize it as Perfect Dark. I didn't even know this was Perfect Dark until I got more clues. But I was like, "What is this?" Because I didn't even know this was Perfect Dark at first when they first launched the trailer. I was like, "What is this?" But yeah, because they first showed Carrington, and that was like the first clue, but it didn't click.
Yeah,
it didn't click. And then they showed the character, and I'm like, but her hair wasn't like red. It kind of had like a little bit of a blondish,
like more of a strawberry blonde.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay. So I didn't think it was Joanna because it wasn't the iconic red hair. Like her hair color is off. So I was like, who is this? But yeah, no, I mean, I think it looks really good. It's just, I was confused at first. I didn't realize I was looking at Perfect Dark. So
yeah, but look,
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But one thing that's interesting because she keeps using she keeps kind of doing like this X-ray vision.
Yes, this one.
Yeah, so like earlier she's using it and it looked like she used her handgun and she shot through the wall. Now that's something you can only do with the X-ray gun. So is that like a new thing where you can just shoot through walls now?
Maybe the gun is more like the dread gun, where like depending on the kind of ammo you pick up, will determine what you can do with it. Because she also shot the electric rounds.
Because you shouldn't be able to shoot through the wall with your handgun. Like, well, that wall's fine because that's not like, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like a stone wall.
Yeah.
I feel like because then you're just gonna cheese the whole way through the game. You just shoot everybody through a wall and never even know you're there. You know what I mean? So like they need to make sure that that's not overpowered. Like the X-ray gun, you know, you didn't get access to that for like for like the whole part
right
of the
there.
Game. Yeah, like right there.
She shot through the wall.
Yeah,
and then she shoots like a grenade or something. And that's what I mean. Like I feel that maybe her gun has different rounds in it.
Maybe.
No, I think it got one of those skills bullets that says piercing, and you can actually go through the walls.
But it's weird because it looked like she shot through the wall, but then when she got out of it, you just saw like the edge crumble. So like it's like she grazed the edge of the wall, but she clearly shot through like the center mass of the wall. So it's kind of deceiving.
Yeah. So Perfect Dark though, like Terry brought it up. I mean, the whole spy aspect, the fact that it looks so good.
Yeah.
Like and you know, like I I hold Perfect Dark amongst one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life. So yes, it's amazing. Now I know that Perfect Dark Zero wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but I enjoyed it for what it was. But yeah, and Perfect Dark on the N64. If I don't get Elvis the alien in this one, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be upset.
I'm very surprised they never showed
How many
her
years later?
suitcase.
So, did they ever describe is this a complete reboot or is this a continuation?
No, it's supposed to be a reboot.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Perfect Dark 1 all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if it's Perfect Dark 1 all over again, then yeah, Elvis should make an appearance sometime. But then again, if they're doing a complete reboot, I mean, they might take that all out. They might have thought that was
Elvis was short. So
yeah, they might take that out because they might have just thought that was wonky 90s stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they might take that whole aspect out. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll wait and see.
I know that the reason that these zones exist is because of the technology, and Data Dan is out there to find out where they're getting their technology from, and it's probably going to be the aliens.
Yeah.
Shaddai, let me look at you, Shaddai. Shaddai, Perfect Dark is green on your list.
Yes.
Talk to us about Perfect Dark, buddy.
Okay. When you showed the trailer, the first thing that came up to mind, I'm like, is this, let me guess, this is part of Starfield. Because when she goes down the stairs, I'm like, because it looked like an MMO, not like an MMO, but, like a RPG. Mm-hmm. But when I saw that she was scanning and, she's climbing parkour, which is, like everybody says, I only play a little bit, and that's what, Mirror's Edge. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But when I saw that, I'm like, oh man, I'm getting this. I never played Perfect Dark. I heard about it so many times, and I'm gonna repeat it again. I'm more of a 007 guy than Perfect Dark when it was, if you put it side by side. Mm-hmm. But this is gonna be for me the entry of the series of Perfect Dark. So I am really looking forward to this. I hope it changed a lot because, I feel sometimes that shooters are all becoming the same thing. And I'm like, I don't like that. I think the only thing that changes for me is like Wolfenstein a little bit, I guess. But I hope it doesn't have that Call of Duty, like everybody's using that Call of Duty gameplay or controller setup.
This feels more like Deus Ex.
Yeah, I hope I do have that. I really do have that game. That game is really good. So I hope it goes towards that direction. Like,
I just wish her hair was redder. I don't know. I don't like
why?
it.
I mean, this is the original Perfect Dark.
I know,
but remember, it's the lighting. You know what I mean? She's in the desert, so you can't even tell if it's red or brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like whenever you see whenever they make like art, they always gave her like reddish hair. Especially, I can't remember how did it look in Zero? I think it was a little bit more orange.
It was super red in Zero.
Was it super red in Zero?
Super red, yeah. Hold on, let me.
Hey, what happens if she got brown right now?
Yeah,
but I mean, she still has the blonde.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In there in Zero, so yeah, I mean, it doesn't look that different. But I mean, she's got the red lights here with the blonde in front.
Yeah, but you know what's gonna happen? I think it's gonna happen like Tomb Raider. Because remember, in Tomb Raider 1, she became iconic with carrying double guns at the end of the game. So I wouldn't be surprised at the end of this game, she decided to actually dye her hair red.
Maybe dealing with Elvis, maybe alien exposure to aliens makes her hair red.
I don't know. It could be an undercover thing too. She might dye her hair red to go undercover, so she's not to change the way her appearance is.
Where's the suitcase?
Yeah. So Perfect Dark for me is probably from the gameplay perspective, it's probably the best gameplay in the whole show. Just throwing it out there. Other than Expedition 33. Expedition 33 looked fantastic in gameplay, but yeah, I'm sticking with Perfect Dark because I am a huge fan of Perfect Dark. So hopefully everybody enjoyed our picks there for the Xbox Game Showcase. Especially Shaddai's amazing And Terry's amazing list. I can't get enough Terry's list.
Look, that's legit right there.
Legit passion right there. Yes. Let me catch up with the chat, see what they say. Hold on. Let me finish this out. Let me restart this trailer so I have enough time. All right, let's see. Let's see. Pixel Slapper, thank you so much for joining us. You're the real MVP. He says, personally, my highlight was on Game Pass. Yeah, everything's coming to Game Pass. Yeah. Absolutely. Everything on Game Pass. The fact that play day one on Game Pass, day one on Game Pass, day one on Game Pass, day one on Game Pass. This is what it's all about, baby. Absolutely. Let's see. Sour Blow says, oh, Axel, we are best buddies now. I love Perfect Dark. Sad we won't have multiplayer challenges, etc., but this looks awesome. Absolutely. Absolutely looks awesome. Happy Cloud Gamer says, let's go Agent Dark. And shout out to Happy Cloud Gamer. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Doggy, did you finally pass that? Because you said you had it rolling. Does that mean it came out? Shout out to Doggy Dog who showed up to Iconic Video Games Podcast medicated all to the ceiling. So shout out to him. We were like, oh, Doggy, what's your favorite game? And he was like, oh man, give me Infinity Nikki. I'm like, what?
Infinity Nikki.
So yeah, Doggy Dog was highly medicated. Shout out. Yeah. Sorry, Blow. As soon as I heard the score, I was like, oh my god, Perfect Dark. Right? Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
The wall running is a new aspect, though, for Joanna Dyer.
Yeah.
Like, she's never done wall running before.
Thank you, Dying Light.
Yeah. By the way, for those of you that love prequels to Gears of War, Jacob Novik does bring it up that Judgment and Tactics are both prequels to the first Gears game. So definitely check those out. Yeah.
It's supposed to be Judgment.
Tactics is so good. I still haven't finished it. But it's good. I really like it.
I need somebody.
I need to finish it though. I really do.
Yeah, I need somebody to help me out with that.
Let's see. Happy Cloud Gamer says, okay, I'm late, but oh my god, Phil Spencer did shut down the FTC and their Xbox showcase talking about Call of Duty. Everyone getting it day and date, and Xbox Game Pass making it open to everyone. Yeah, and everybody gets the same version. None of that exclusive skin or exclusive missions anymore. Screw that. That is the worst thing ever made. I'm glad. Sad to say that it cost them $70 billion to get rid of that, but I'm so happy that they spent it. Yeah, let's see. Jesse Darby says, remember, this is the first quadruple A game. That's right. It's perfect. Yeah. It's perfectly dark. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And Fastback says, perfect dark. Looks great. Yeah. Let's see. And Happy Cloud Gamer agrees with you. Deus Ex. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it holds up to that, because
I mean,
Ubisoft made claims about AAA. Skull and Bones is technically the first AAA game. I wouldn't think it's
AAA. Yeah,
I don't think it's AAA quality, but technically Skull and Bones was AAA, so that technically is the first AAA game.
Yeah, that game sank like the boat.
Oh, based on what they're claiming it is, anyway. So Initiative could say this is AAA or quadruple A or whatever, and it very well might not be. It might still be really good, but it might not be quadruple A.
They only said that it was a quadruple A studio, not a quadruple A game development studio. So yeah, they never said that their games would be quadruple A. They only said that the studio is quadruple A because they hired so many of the industry top tier talent. And you need some 15 years experience to even have a position at the Initiative. So I mean they got it, yeah. Shout out to Dreadpool. Thank you so much for joining us, Dreadpool. You are the real MVP. We appreciate you. Sourbloww says, Axel, did you notice the use of gadgets? I sure did, sir. I sure did. Sorry, let me turn this off. Okay. Let's see. Jesse Darby says, it looks like strawberry blonde, but who cares about the hair color? The facial features look about the same. Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
100% do. Same model. It's the same model.
No, it's not. If you look at like the other Joanna Dark,
let me pull it up. Hold on.
her
Hold on,
chin
Terry.
is
Hold on.
completely-
Let me pull this up. Okay, hold on. Let me see. What was it? Oh yeah.
They made this one have like this very rectangular jawline.
Hold on. I'm gonna.
Like a pentagon, but back upside down.
She's got like a Thanos jaw on this new one. It does not look like her.
All right.
It does not look like her at all.
All right, here we go. Here's the OG. Terry. Boom.
Her jaw's missing on that image. That's not a good one to go by. Her jaw's missing.
The perfect jaw.
Boom. OG.
But you see, she's got a real small nose.
Here's the new
big
one.
nose.
Exactly the same.
No, it's not. The nose is completely different, and the jawline is completely different. But that picture is a bad picture because that picture has no jawline.
Exactly the same.
But this is a big nose compared to a small
accurate.
nose.
No, like her nose is.
And look at her eye shape.
Hold on, let me see. Let me look at screenshots. Maybe there's a screenshot of her.
Here it looks like she's got green eyes. Didn't she have blue?
Okay, so here is from Perfect Dark Zero.
That's not Zero.
No, sorry, this is Perfect Dark, but it's on the Xbox 360 version. On a
She's
rare
got more
replay.
of a pointed chin, and her cheek is kind of like pressed in.
Looks exactly the same.
No, it doesn't.
Look at the ears. Okay, look at the ears. Focus on the ears. Boom, the same.
No, her face is filled out more here. Her face is filled out a lot more on this model. It's not the same.
Are you trying to call her fat?
I'm not saying she's fat. I'm just saying her facial structure's filled out more. She was, it was more of a pointed jaw, and
she's just trying to say she gained a little bit more.
I'm not saying anything about weight. I'm just saying, look at that. See it, pointed chin. Her cheeks are sucked in, pointed chin.
That's makeup.
Yeah, there's makeup on her, but you can tell her cheek structure. It's more. She's got a point more. Never mind. It looks completely freaking different, man.
I have zero qualms with her appearance, by the way. Like, zero qualms.
I mean, the model looks good, but I'm saying it doesn't look like Joanna Dark. I don't have a problem with how she looks, but if you're going to say that she looks like the character model, she doesn't. That's why when they first showed her.
Jenny Dark, her sister?
So, like, when they first showed her, I didn't know this was Joanna Dark because she doesn't look anything like Joanna Dark.
So now it's Joanna Bright.
That's Joanna Bright. That's her sister, Jenny Dark. Hold on. Let me find another version. Hold on. Let me see. I don't know how we get into these things, Terry.
But the biggest thing is the nose. Like, she's got a larger nose on this model compared to the other one.
No, she got pointy nose. Pointing north.
Pointing north. Wow. Wow, you guys. Wow. All right, let's see. Is this of her? Okay, here we go. Here she is in Zero.
Again, pointy chin.
Pointy chin, pointy nose. Okay.
Rounded.
I still think her nose is quite slim. It's still pointy.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fine, I guess, but her jawline is round on here now. It's like I'm saying, the facial structure is different. I mean, the model looks fine. Like, I'm not saying she's ugly or anything like that. I mean, it's a good-looking character model. But if you're saying it looks like Joanna Dark, it doesn't.
Boom, Joanna Dark. Yeah.
No,
and I like this one, how it has the comb over. And look, here she had the blonde hair in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Just like right here. All right, let's move on. This is let's see. Wall running or jumping, yes. Let's see. In the original, she had red with the blonde streaks, so I guess they're just going with strawberry blonde, but the facial features is what you're looking for. All right. Dreadpool says, Skull and Bones was triple wah wah wah. Let's see. Dreadpool says that the face is not the same. Question is, what is the initiative going to work on after Perfect Dark 2? I really don't care. I want them to focus 100% on this for the time being, and we'll worry about what they're working on after this gets released. Yeah. Let's see. Jesse Darby. Okay, maybe she was pregnant and had a kid and her face blew up. Yeah, Terry. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Let's see. They use the European model for Perfect Dark as the new Joanna Dark. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, she does have a British accent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah.
Isn't she British?
I think she is. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Crazy Greek dude. That's like saying Tomb Raider's breasts weren't pointy enough.
No, it's
not.
A
pointy chin and a pointy nose. Right?
Because we're talking facial structure. We're talking facial structure. When you look at the facial structure of Lara Croft through the main series, even though the graphics had changed, you could still tell it was Lara Croft. This looks nothing like Joanna Dark, is all I'm saying.
So apparently, Alex Wilton Wheaton. What is this? Alex Wilton Reagan is the model for Joanna Dark. Yeah, I could kind of see it. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I'm not going to post it on here, but yeah, I can see it. Let's see. And yeah, as Dreadpool backs up Terry on that one, they did. Yeah, they did. Yes, but Perfect Dark, looking fantastic. Sorry we went so long about Perfect Dark. So there is the Xbox Game Showcase, everybody. We're going to put mine because it's the prettiest. There's the Xbox Game Showcase, everybody. I think everybody came out happy and excited over it. But you know, we had another showcase after that, Terry. We had the Ubisoft Forward.
We did.
Yes, we did. Talk to us about the Ubisoft Forward real quick, Terry.
It was amazing. Way better than Xbox Showcase, hands down.
Oh, you know what? Have a great day.
I'm going to go get a drink.
Good. No, it was so good. I mean, Xbox had a fantastic showcase. I'm not going to downplay Xbox. Xbox had a really good showcase, but you know, based on the kind of games I like to play, Ubisoft wins. They opened up with gameplay for Star Wars Outlaws, and it looked so good, man. It looks so much better than Starfield. I can't even tell you.
They opened up with Skull and Bones, didn't they?
What?
They opened up with Skull and Bones.
No, they opened up with Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, they actually did.
And it was a long segment too. So it was great.
Okay, hold on. Am I watching the right Ubisoft Forward?
There's only one. Well, at least for this year.
All right, let's see. This is from the official Ubisoft account. Ubisoft Forward official live stream June 2024. Okay. Timestamped officially. All right, main show starts at 32 minutes. Okay, there we go. That's what we're here.
You should have click on the number.
It starts with Outlaws. Just take my word for it, man. It started with Outlaws. All right.
So there it is, Outlaws. Okay.
It's Ubisoft Forward, not backwards.
Okay, sorry. I was watching Ubisoft prequel. Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry, Terry. Sorry to interrupt. Keep it going.
All right. Yeah. So they showed a lot of gameplay. And I am pleased with everything I'm seeing here. It looks so good. Graphically, it looks great. The sound effects are great. The voice acting is great. Everything. The combat's great. We have takedowns, which is the number one thing. If you're going to have a stealthy character in any shape or fashion, there has to be takedowns. And there's takedowns. So they win in my book. Everything about this game says, you know, we crap all over Starfield. This is a sci-fi game that everybody should be playing. All right. So, yes. I love it. You got a cute little animal companion that you can, you know, command, just like, so they are taking a lot of the mechanics that they developed over the years from Far Cry, and they put it in here, which is great. So I'm loving everything about it. I'm loving everything about this game, and I don't have to play as a Jedi, which makes it a win. So I'm excited.
That makes it an L.
It makes this game awesome. So yeah, no, this is great. Ubisoft Forward showed more gameplay than Xbox did between the two showcases.
All right, so let's see. We had
when people say gameplay is what matters, Ubisoft had all the gameplay. Xbox did not.
And so they did X Defiant. I'm glad they haven't given up on Skull and Bones, to be honest with you.
Skull and Bones still has a lot of players.
Yeah.
So,
So they labeled this X Defiant, but it doesn't look like X Defiant to me.
no.
And by the way, this is the official label. Okay. Prince of Persia, the Rogue, Prince of Persia Sands of Time. Oh yeah.
Oof. Mm.
That looks like Fields of Pandora. I think whoever labeled this doesn't know how to do labels.
Well, they probably didn't label it. They probably had it automatically do it through AI.
All right, yeah.
But yes, the Avatar's new content looks fantastic. This is definitely hands down the most beautiful game I've played in a long time.
I want to play it still. I'm so still on it.
This is a fantastic game. I loved it. It had a great story. The gunplay is fun, and it's like the most beautiful biomes you'll ever see in a video game ever. Or at least currently, it's the best. This game better be up in the running for game of the year. It really should be.
At least art.
Definitely for art, but yeah, no, this is a fantastic game. I loved it, and they got new content, so now I have to go back. It's so good. It's all this gameplay right here, you know. But yeah, I'm sorry.
And that's what I love the most about showcases is that they're getting away from CGI trailers, not 100%.
Yeah, no, they're still gonna have it,
and they're going more heavy into gameplay trailers, which I love, right? And so to me, that's what's making the current day events, showcases, and Ubisoft Awards or whatever even better. Shaddai, do you like any Ubisoft games? Like I've always said, don't sleep on Ubisoft. I mean, I know Terry's a huge fan. I mean, obviously, don't sleep with Ubisoft, but I'm saying don't sleep on Ubisoft, okay?
well, due to my crazy list that I have here, actually, I do like two of them. That will be Star Wars Outlaw. I'm with Terry on that one. For some reason, it make me feel like I'm playing The Division. But other than that, Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. Oh my God, it's about time. Mm-hmm. It's about time.
Dude, this part here for this trailer is major. Like
because
I always wanted a Prince of Persia. I'm like, I don't mind Assassin's Creed, but it's kind of I'm getting tired of it because they're doing it way too many times every single year. And Prince of Persia, I think, outbid or whatever it is, Assassin's Creed in so many ways. And when I saw that they were making that remake, I'm like, yes, this one is actually what I'm waiting for. But it is not the greatest show compared to Xbox because the reason why there is no Splinter Cell and no Beyond Good and Evil 2. So that one is a 1 to me.
Come on, everybody knew there was going to be no Beyond Good and Evil 2.
There's 10 years already for that, and they already mentioned the 20th anniversary. So what are they waiting for? Might as well just show it. Show it a little bit more than that.
It's the fact that they are literally making 10 Assassin's Creeds right now. That's
the problem.
They're putting all their money into Assassin's Creed because that's their big generator.
See, those two games that I mentioned, the Beyond Good and Evil and the Splinter Cell, could be replaced. They could get rid of Skulls and Bones. Nobody cares about that one. Put Splinter Cell on that one. And
hoverboards?
Yeah. Riders Republic is amazing.
See, that one could have been removed. It could have been either Splinter Cell or
Riders Republic is so good.
No, nobody's talking about it. It's like it's completely dead. It's like
it's not completely dead.
Oh my gosh, Trolls should die is off.
It's just not a game
today.
you play.
No, listen,
not a game you play. That'd be like saying no one talks about Anno, and Anno is probably the best-selling game that they have on PC for Ubisoft.
Exactly, PC, not console. PC.
Because it's only on PC.
Exactly.
Anno is a PC exclusive game that Ubisoft makes, and it has the highest player base out of any of their games.
Exactly.
But no one's talking about Anno. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
because it could stay over there. Let PC have whatever they want. But as of right now, the one that people want from the console space, not PC, is pretty much Splinter Cell. No more than that. No, nobody's
Only
asking.
old people want that one. You dinosaur.
Yeah, who cares about dinosaur? But hey, if that is the case, might as well not, bring Perfect Dark.
No.
And Perfect Dark is, like you say, the dinosaur from the old days. So do not bring that one.
I'm a dinosaur. I'm a
Yeah, exactly. You're a dinosaur. You wanted a Perfect Dark. We want Splinter Cell. It's not that hard. It is not that hard. And plus, Star Wars still look like The Division. I just hope they do it correctly and not mess it up. They always show something nice and pretty and this and that. And on their release date, there's a lot of things missing. So let's see how it goes.
So the Ubisoft game I'm looking forward to more than Star Wars, than Star Wars, which is basically Far Cry reskinned, is this one, Assassin's Creed. Sorry, yes. Terry, I was looking for this one this whole time. Okay,
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Red. I'm digging that you can either play samurai or the stealth assassin. So I am very, very happy with that one. It looks good. I mean, all Assassin's Creed games look good. Mm-hmm. But this looks more my play style than Star Wars does. Nothing wrong against Star Wars. I'm not hating on it. I'm still probably going to play it. But this is the one I'm more excited about. Like, I am so happy that this one was actually, I didn't think we were going to see this one this year. I thought it was going to be next year. So I'm so happy. And in typical Ubisoft fashion, I mean, don't sleep on them, guys. This looks fantastic. Looking great. The combat looks tight. The models look tight. Somebody pointed out that the environments aren't authentic because they have like two types of flowers growing that don't grow together and all this stuff. But potato, whatever. It looks good, right? To me. But that's what I think. So yeah, this game looks great. And of course, you can pet the Akitas. The Japanese Akita dog. Look at it. So cute. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay. That right there wins this way better than that other stupid animal in Star Wars.
They're actual animals.
No, but I'm glad that, me and Terry have things to be excited about from Ubisoft Forward. And I do think the showcase was good. Was it as good as Xbox? No. But was it good either way? Yes. And I think it showed the diversity of Ubisoft games. I mean, they're not a one type of game studios. They have the Assassin's Creed, they have the Wildlands, they have X Defiant, they're making Star Wars, they have The Crew, which is a racing game. They got Skull and Bones now. So I mean, Ubisoft is just trying to expand their portfolio in great ways, I think, and the people who benefit is us, the gamers. So shout out to Ubisoft for not being a one-trick pony, if you will, and expanding their horizons beyond Assassin's Creed now, and of course, X Defiant right now is lighting up the multiplayer charts.
You know what I wish for them to bring back? Child of Light.
Child of Light? That was a one-time, dude.
No, but a sequel. I love that game, so I wish they could remake it again.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me catch up here.
It's like this segment here was a very long gameplay segment as well. This is why I'm saying it was better than Xbox, because they showed a lot of gameplay.
But remember, Xbox had a lot of games to show.
They had a lot of games to show, but every year, whenever there's a showcase, people always say the number one thing that a showcase needs is gameplay. And if that's the factor that everyone keeps touting every year, that Ubisoft provided all the gameplay. Xbox did not.
But they actually do. But
I don't know. The developers direct shows lots of gameplay.
Exactly.
But that's direct.
Remember, I think on Gears 4 or 5, they waited until August to show a full gameplay before releasing in September.
Yeah, which was a mistake, in my opinion. Let's see. Let's catch up with the chat. Ubisoft is a former shell of their self until they come out with Sam Fisher.
Yep.
The only thing they have is Assassin's Creed and the Divisions.
Thank you.
I can't.
Thank you.
I disagree with that statement, but I do think they do need to come out with Sam Fisher, but I disagree with that. Let's see. Dog says, I'll pick up Assassin's Creed Shadows on sale 2 weeks after it comes out. Ubisoft style. Hey, man, the only people that benefit are the gamers. Don't complain about it. You benefit from it, buddy.
I mean, yeah, you should be thrilled that Ubisoft likes to discount their games. All right,
Yes,
nobody else is doing that.
That's
not Nintendo.
Probably because it's not that good, so that's why
the games are really good. The games are really good.
I don't know.
Let's see. Skull and Bones is a full-blown Black Flag that didn't work out. The only IP they have. That's only good. That's any good. They don't want to bring back Splinter Cell. Let's see. We know you're a Ubisoft stan, Terry. You don't have to tell us that, Terry. But hands down, there's no way you'd be soft. That you'll be soft. Was better than Xbox. Wow. Let's see. Happy Cloud Gamer says, problem for me with Ubisoft Forward was there was no surprise. Yeah, blame the media for that, man. Leakers. All the way. Leakers through and through. They want to get the clicks on their website, and that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like there was some surprise with the release dates because, like, we found out that like they just announced Outlaws like very recently, and it's literally coming out like this year.
Next year, yeah.
Well, how many employees does Ubisoft have? Like 22,000? Well, they could do that, with no problem.
But I'm just saying, like.
Man, that was awesome. Did you see that, Terry?
I did. You go and you see like all these other big games that we're excited about, and we gotta wait. Xbox has got us wait for Fable and wait for Perfect Dark. They announced these years ago. Ubisoft made their announcements, and the games come out rather quickly from their announcements.
Yeah, games were leaked before Ubisoft made announcements, but still, official announcements didn't happen.
Yeah,
until they were closer.
And we're getting we don't have to wait for an eternity to get them outside of like a couple.
Yeah, that is also good. I do like games being announced closer to their launch window, and I hope they don't leak. But with today's media, everything leaks, unfortunately. Let's see. I'm sorry, everyone that said that they like that Avatar game, but that crap looks boring. It looks great to me.
Dude, you gotta try it. Just try it.
Yeah.
Actually, I do play with my Avatar on the Xbox. I just put my hat and certain
my
things.
gosh.
Google Poll, shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining us. You're the real MVP. He says the Crew and For Honor do really well. I was surprised to learn they sold over 20 million. Yeah, For Honor is a real PvP. Like, people take it serious. Let's see. I wanted to make a Rainbow Six old school style. Give me Vegas 3.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. They do need.
I will never sacrifice modern gameplay for playing back in the day. I love playing retro games, and I appreciate them for what they were and the significance they have, but they will never beat modern inputs.
It would be nice. It would be nice for them to take that franchise, because Rainbow Six pretty much stopped once they made Siege. Mm-hmm. So it would be nice for them to go back to a story-based first-person shooter and not the competitive PvP.
Mm-hmm.
They can still continue to support Siege, but continue the franchise. So I'm with them on that. They need to continue the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which one it was, but there was the Rainbow Six. I think it was just called Rainbow Six. I played on the 64. Mm-hmm. The game was so good.
Rainbow Six has been great for a long time. Let's see. Jesse Darby says it's not Assassin's Creed Red, it's Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh, yes, you're right. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. You're right. Gogo Pole says, I love the Crew. I prefer it over Forza, even though I still like Forza as well. Yes. Let's see. Happy Cloud Gamer. Assassin's Creed looks so good, but it will be 300-hour games. Absolutely. It's going to be amazing. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Only if you spend all the time exploring and doing all that stuff. You can just blast through the storyline, and it would be, probably like a 10 to 20-hour game.
All right. Terry, can you read this one?
Terry will hereby be be demanded to appear in the Xbox court following now. Slents, I think. Question 1. Why are the Ubi show better than Xboxes? If you fail to prove your point, you get a sentence to jail. No parole.
With no parole. Yeah.
No parole. Wow, over games. Dang, man, this is a tough judge.
I mean, I already went over that. Like, the biggest thing was gameplay. Like, that's the thing that people always go about how, Xbox showed more game titles, but it was all, just like cinematic trailers. All right.
Let's see.
We got full gameplay on multiple games, and we got, release dates that are coming within. Most of them are releasing this year and a couple next year. That's major. We're getting our games now. All the games you guys are excited for, that we're all excited for the Xbox Showcase, guess what? We're not seeing them until maybe 26 at the earliest. All right? So that's why Ubisoft did better. We're getting our games this freaking year. Everything that you guys are excited for outside of Call of Duty, you're going to be waiting on.
Terry will be playing 4 Ubisoft games to our 1 Xbox game.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's no lies. That's not a lie, guys.
Yeah, I'm literally going to have 3 big game releases before you guys get 1. So, that's why they win, dude.
Google Poll says, I've never been disappointed in a Ubisoft game. I think their games are always top-tier graphics and always value and longevity. Absolutely. Get your $70 worth, everybody.
No, that's why
I have no problem with Ubisoft games being 300 hours long. But Terry, do you have problems with getting your $70 worth?
No.
Should I? What about you, buddy?
No, I don't mind it because I did 200 hours of Assassin's Creed Origins, so it's no problem. But the only good thing is like after that is discounted in less than a month.
Then just wait the month and get it on sale, and you'll still have the same great experience.
Exactly. So see, that's how good they are. They discounted that fast.
Jesse Darby says, yeah, but Ubisoft gameplay is the same thing. You know what you're going to get. I mean, you can say that about any sequel. I mean, Gears, E-Day, you know it's going to be a cover shooter. Terry?
Yeah.
You know it's going to be a cover shooter,
It's going to be a cover shooter. Yeah.
Well,
Call of Duty is going to be run and gun. All right.
Yeah.
Like,
quick shooter. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're saying that the
games
Ubisoft
have styles.
You're saying that the Ubisoft games play the same. I mean, when you're looking at a first-person adventure game, I would hope it plays like a first-person adventure game. Like, what do you want it to play like?
And definitely, I'm a fan of the styles that these games present. Like, I don't want Gears of War to not be a cover shooter, right? If it's not a cover shooter, it's a total fail for me. So if I'm playing Assassin's Creed, I want it to play like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can do little modifications to the formula here and there, whatever, right? But overall, the overall style is gonna stay the same. So I personally don't have a problem with people knowing the style of Ubisoft games. They have a style, absolutely. I agree with your statement 100%, and I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah, look at Gears Judgment. They changed the flow so much that
people complained, but now it's standard.
It's the most hated game within the franchise. I think it's a great game for what
fantastic.
It is. It's a great game, but when you look at the fan base, it's the most hated within the fan base because they didn't make it play like the traditional Gears of War games. So it's kind of like if you have a franchise, you want your franchise to be the same.
But you know what though? It's like this is my question. Some samurai games like Neo or anything like that, they're all based on depending on the style. Do you really think they might do that with her? Not with Yasuke, but with her. Do you think Ubisoft might implement that? Like her style, if she's more into ninja, they might implement her style. I don't think
it's a problem.
I mean, either, because if that is the case, it will be very, very different than Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a problem. The fact, again, they're evolving on the formula, which is great. Nothing's wrong with that. Yeah. Sirxman brings up a good point, though. I'm glad we didn't see a new Just Dance. Yeah, Just Dance was missing. What the heck? How am I going to dance to new songs without Just Dance? Just saying.
Probably because all of the top songs are Taylor Swift songs, and they can't just make a whole game dedicated to her. You know what I mean?
Outlaws is soon. Outlaws is soon, just in like 3 months.
Yeah, comes out this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
Let's see.
Space combat.
Outlaws looks like a copy and paste division.
Oh, see,
No,
I guess
it
I'm not the only
doesn't.
one.
No, it doesn't.
I'm not the only one.
I feel that the chat is trolling you at this point, Terry. Yeah, and Gurgle says the Xbox show was so much better because it's a lot of new and different varied games. Ubisoft games are great, but it's all continuing series. We already know what we're getting. Outlaws is new and in of itself. Skull and Bones was new when it came out. X Defiant is new and it's tearing up the charts. In my opinion. So yeah, I just think I think Ubisoft has a perception problem where a lot of everybody thinks that they're only a few games. So now that they're putting out new
it's the same
IPs,
perception people have on Xbox. People think Xbox is just Gears and Forza.
Gears, Halo, Forza, yep.
Yeah, it's the same
Halo,
perception.
Gears, Forza, yep. It could be, yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to skip a lot here. Yeah. Everybody has this formula. Sony has a formula. Ubisoft has a formula. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see.
But what was it, Jesse? I think it was Jesse. To Jesse's point, though, I mean, then we might as well not get any trailers or anything for any game announcement in a franchise ever. You know what? Just give us a title. Gears E Day is coming. We're not going to get no trailers. The new Call of Duty is coming. Just throw up the name. That's it. Don't give us any trailers. The next Assassin's Creed's coming. Just throw up the title. We don't need a trailer. Next Final Fantasy's coming out. Guess what? No trailer. We're just going to get the title screen because, clearly we don't need any of that because you know what to expect from the damn franchise. Get out of here, dude.
Oh, my goodness. Calm down, Terry. Calm down. Take a drink. Jacob Novak has asked this 3 times. Let me get to it. Let's see. Question to everyone, including the chat. We know that Gear 6 is coming, but how do the devs go on with it? It needs to have Kate as the main person, but people complain with the newer Gears. They hate Kate. That's their problem, bro. I think they don't need to change anything.
Kate's probably the only character within the new trilogy that they're making that I like.
Yeah, I personally love the new Gears. All these people that are like, it needs to be like it used to be before. No, it doesn't. Shut up.
No, it's supposedly it's a new team also.
To me, that's like when people start talking to that, I think of like my grandpa, Bick and Morty. Gears Bick and Morty was just Tom and Marcus. Like I like the new Gears. I like the way it's going. I definitely like the story it's telling. I'm enjoying it, and like I said, it's showing their children's war and the fact that there's casualties in it, just like there was in the original Gears, is just as good. I mean, there is nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. I definitely think it's fantastic, but that's my opinion. Terry, what do you think?
For which part? For Kate?
Yeah. Well, because people are like, a lot of people hate the new Gears because, like, Bick and Morty, Gears wasn't this.
Okay, well, my complaint isn't about how Gears was. My complaint, so I was very anti coming out with the whole new trilogy thing with the Swarm. I hated that they were continuing it. I thought they did a great job with finalizing Gears of War, and that they should have left it at that. And I felt like they were milking it. Basically, the Swarm are basically the Locust reskinned. Come on, they didn't really get very creative there. So I hated the idea that they were just kind of milking it. In the characters, I mean, they're okay characters, but they're not as gravitating of characters like Marcus is. I mean, literally, you start off with JD, trying to be his own man, and then what does he do? He has to go run into Daddy to have Daddy come and help him out.
Daddy's issues.
You know what I mean? So like, because the game, you have to have people got excited when Marcus showed back up. People got excited when Anya showed back up.
Anya showed up?
Those
she was dead.
Yeah, they showed her in it, like.
Oh, a picture of her, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, people got excited when you start getting those references to characters that they already know and love. When you introduce a whole new character, it's different when you have like a like Dragon Age, you have new characters every game. Or, you know what I mean? So it's different. But when you have like Gears of War, when you have set characters, you know, like Baird and Cole and Marcus, and then those characters all of a sudden disappear, it's hard for people to want to get involved in that because the characters they already are invested in are missing. So that's why people are. That's like, at least for me, that's why I am not as big of a fan when it comes to Gears like 4 and 5. I just, you know, it's just the characters aren't as interesting. They're not compelling to me. I mean, I like Kate, but come on, I mean, I only had the one game. What Judgment was who was the chick in Judgment?
Oh, the one with the red hair.
No, she had dark hair. Oh.
I can't remember her name. It's been a long time.
She was part of Kilo Squad.
Forgive me, but the chick in freaking Judgment was more compelling than any of the characters that we got with JD, Kate, and what's his name?
Dell?
And Dell. You know what I mean? Like, they're just the characters are they're not compelling. That's all I can say. They're not compelling. They're good characters, but they're not on the same caliber as like Marcus is. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's see. Kilo Squad consists of Sophia.
Sophia Hendrick.
Is it Sophia? Okay. So yeah, it came to me while you were looking it up. I was like, Sophia?
Sophia.
Yeah, you know, and I thought the interaction that she had with Baird and stuff was really, you know, they had like really good, really, you know, the characters worked well together.
Yeah, no, I mean, they did great. Shaddai, what do you think?
Okay, it's nothing wrong. It's just that I don't know how they changed from the locusts to robots. That part kind of threw me off. I'm like, why does it have to be robots again? Let's just keep it locusts. So it's no problem if they go, you know, back, which is supposed to. It's just that I think that's what happened with me. That I'm like, if I have to deal with the robots again, I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. That's me right there. When it comes to Gear 5, I mean. 5, well, actually 4 and 5.
You guys just don't know how to use the robots, man. I loved the robots.
No, it's like
in horde mode, the robots are amazing.
Yeah, but the thing is,
you know what? Multiplier.
let me stab him on that oil cable, and he'll die because there's no oil
cable.
Yes, you know, the oil tube, whatever you want to call it. I don't need that. I don't know. That's why at this very moment, I haven't even finished Gears 5 for that reason.
You're missing out, bro.
No, it looks nice, but do not bring the robots.
Yeah, well, there you go. We answered that question. Thank you so much for asking it. We appreciate it. Let's check in with the chat. Terry, we had a poll with the chat.
Okay, bring it on. We had 13 votes. Which showcase was better? 92% said Xbox, 7% Ubisoft, and no one liked Devolver because Devolver is crap.
Sorry about that, guys. Had to drink some water. Okay, so that's that. So I don't know if you guys know, but possible collab happened in the world where Phil Spencer was interviewed by the outlet that hates Xbox the most, IGN. I don't know why Xbox keeps collaborating with IGN. They write so many negative articles. They crap on Xbox every chance they get. They purposely hire people to write negative articles. And yet here is Phil Spencer giving IGN an interview. I don't know if you guys know that this happened. By the way, Terry, we're not gonna do your thing this week, okay? All right. So, but because it's IGN, I'm not gonna support that crap. We're going over to Windows Central. All right, so here we are. So Windows Central did a report on it. Hold on, I gotta let me do one more thing here. Gotta put this thing in reader mode. There we go. Okay. So Phil Spencer said a couple of things on the thing. So Ryan McCaffrey from IGN interviewed Phil Spencer, and he talked at length about the past, present, and future of Xbox. Let's go by this one bullet point at a time. More games are coming to more platforms, so less exclusives. Halo coming to PlayStation, confirmed, which I think is sad. And we've been over this a million times, guys. I am fully against it because it takes away the reason to buy an Xbox, in my opinion. If you don't have exclusive content on your server, on your console, there's no reason to invest in your console. And no, Game Pass cannot be the exclusive content. It's not enough. It's not going to be enough, in my opinion. Now that I could, maybe I am, but I don't think Game Pass the Xbox console alive. And by the time Xbox realizes this, they would have moved so far forward. It's going to be another 20 years before they come back. And when they're in the middle of their comeback, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, let's do it again, because it's Microsoft. That's how they are. Just saying, that's how they are. So, yeah. So they talked about that. By the way, guys, if you feel like talking about any of these points, let me know. Okay. The next point, it says Xbox is up double digits every year over the last 5 years on game sales on consoles. So more games are being sold through the Xbox marketplace on that ever important console that is going to have less exclusives than ever before. And so that is a big positive. A lot of people always argue that Xbox gamers don't buy games, but look at that. They're up double digits every year, improvements every year, which is fantastic. Right, Terry? Right, should I?
Absolutely.
Of course, but at the same time, it's like contradict the top comment, more games are to more platforms. It contradicts.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah. Let's see. An Xbox handheld theoretically would be native, not a streaming device. So, yeah, that is what I want. I want an Xbox native handheld that does not require an internet connection, because sometimes I don't have great access to internet. Just saying. Nothing would beat that. And Phil Spencer says he has totally played Elder Scrolls 6, so it's more done than we think. But then again, you can also play a game like when there's nothing there. So, but if you're going to show it off to your boss, you kind of want to put your best foot forward, right?
Mm-hmm. He literally could have been playing the game that was they just did the rigging and they didn't even put any of the textures or anything in. There's no grass.
No sound effects.
Just a stick figure moving.
Half the text comes out in wingdings.
So
it's kind of like that when they had that Fable game that they canceled that wasn't completely finished. It's probably like that. Audio was missing and stuff.
Favorite Legends.
Yeah. Because I remember I played it.
That was a good one.
I think it was just an alpha. I played it, and there's definitely stuff missing. Like they didn't have all the textures in, the audio was missing, and things like that. So that's probably what he's playing.
Yeah. And of course, the big quote is, right now we have more Xbox console users than we've ever had in the history of Xbox. So, that includes Xbox One users, Xbox 360 users, I guess, Xbox Series users. Now, he didn't say Series users, he said console users. So, this includes last gen and this gen. But the fact that more people have Xbox is a big positive for the brand. I'm sure that Sony is also having more console users than ever before, just not as many of them on PS5 as they would. Mm-hmm. So that's a big plus, right, Terry?
Yes.
Now I can tell you right now, like we are 4 years into this gen. One of my friend's kids is still playing on an Xbox One. So, a lot of this is everybody's all like, oh, the Series S is holding back current gen. No, it's not. It's last gen still holding. Those Jaguar cores are holding back. Yeah. Those Jaguar cores are holding us back. So, yeah. So where is Xbox headed? This is an important one right here. When questioned about the current model of Xbox and the direction which the compass is pointing, Phil Spencer had this to say, and I 100% agree with this one. Maybe our messaging hasn't been consistent. No, it really, really, really hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I will say from early on we would. When everyone plays, we all win. How do we get to a place where everyone can play video games? We made different progress on PC, and now PC is a huge bonus for us. We love that we have so many PC players, more than we've ever had. Our consoles are doing well. I think if you sit back and try to frame this industry through the lens of the tradition of who sold a console today, and that's the only solution to making gaming better, I think Xbox is doing something different than that. I get a lot of questions. Hey, if I'm an Xbox owner, what does it mean? I think it shows up so well in the show today. You saw an amazing collection of games coming to Xbox. They're going into Game Pass day one. Game Pass showed up so well. If you buy the games on our console, you'll get to play it on PC. The cross entitlement stuff is all there. We're focused on future hardware with forward compatibility. Our commitment to our Xbox customers is you're going to get the ability to buy or subscribe, and you are going to see more of our games on more platforms. We see that as a benefit to the franchise and that we are building, and we see that from players. And players love to be able to play. It's clear that Game Pass is the monster we all wanted it to be. 18 games in the showcase are coming on day one to Game Pass. Again, that's 18 games. Almost every single one is a game I'm eager to play. So much for the idea of Game Pass filler, huh? Oh, shots fired to those PlayStation podcasters. All right, so Xbox headed to that. When everyone plays, we all win. The console exclusive is going away. They said, oh, they're getting away from that whole who sells more consoles things. You can buy a console, you cannot buy a console. They care that you play the games. But again, I don't think they could get away from the fact that, most of the Xbox revenue money right now is still coming from console.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't just abandon console or what makes console important. And I really feel that they're missing that portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about this answer, Terry, about the future? Have they changed direction with that when everyone plays, we all win? Remember, that first showed up with the adaptive controller.
I mean, when you're thinking about it as a brand, yeah. I mean, if everyone plays, you win because you want as many people as possible having access to your products. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense that Microsoft is going on that route. We've talked about it before. For the longest time, Microsoft was like an operating system, company. So they're the largest operating system company. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have that same mentality where they're now treating the Xbox brand as like their operating system. They want to have it on phones. They want to have it on TVs, computers, everywhere. You got to see the brand now as an operating system in a sense where it's everywhere. So, I mean, I agree with the statement that if everyone's, that's good for them if they have people playing everywhere. I mean, it's the way that, that when everyone plays, we all win. This is true. It should be about the games, not about where you play the games. Mm-hmm. So if you have access to the games you want to play, that's a win, I mean, we always have this back and forth about how we're mad when a game that we want isn't on the platform that we prefer. I mean, everyone feels that way. And then, so like, but then we want to, at the same token, try to gatekeep. So like, if you don't like it when you don't have access to a game, why are you for gatekeeping games that you have then? Because you're doing the same. You're basically doing what you hate. You hate not having access to the game. So why is it good for somebody else not to have access to the game? So it's one of those things where people kind of are hypocritical. So I mean, I'm all for it. Put them everywhere. It's one of those things where I've already said consoles are going to disappear because they're not going to be able to get much better before they have to just make it full blown PC. The younger generation's mostly only on phones. They don't even watch TV. They literally just watch everything on their phone. They play their games on their phone. They get their news on their phone. They watch their shows on their phone. Like everything they do is on their phone. So they don't care about consoles or PC. And the PC market has been changing too. Not as quickly as the console market has, but the PC market's been changing because we've seen over the last decade a huge uptick in how quickly they develop the hardware for these PCs to upgrade these PCs. Mm-hmm. If you go back to, PC gaming back in like the early 2000s, PC gaming sucked. You know what I mean?
It wasn't the juggernaut it is now. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It sucked. But now they've made PCs so powerful. It's like PC gaming has basically become like Apple. Apple has like a new, they have like 10 phones every year. It's like that's how it is with graphics cards nowadays. Like they literally are just dropping graphics cards and processors and all this stuff. Every year you have a multitude of choices for upgrades. So PC gaming has changed to the point to where, you're going to have your hardcore elitist PC gamer who does all the upgrades every time something new and shiny comes out. Ooh, I got to have it. But when you look at your core PC gamer, they don't do those crazy upgrades. And now technology is so good now, you don't have to upgrade as often as we used to. Like back before, like your computer would run awful, and then the moment they would have something new, you would have to upgrade because your computer just couldn't play games. Mm-hmm. Now you can get a PC, and you can, that PC, like the PC I have, my 1080. I have a 1080. My PC's over 7 years old, and it still works very well. I can still play all the games. Granted, I don't have a lot of the abilities to play things, in 4K and stuff.
Blurry graphics. You went back to Nintendo
but
64.
I mean, you don't need to play games in 4K to enjoy them. Like, look at it. Like, we're playing all our games on console that aren't in 4K, for the most part. At least I am. And, and I'm okay with that. So it's like, I don't feel the need to spend thousands of dollars just so I can increase my pixels. You know what I mean? The games play well enough to where I can still get full enjoyment from them. I don't need to upgrade. So you're seeing more of a decline in sales when it comes to that aspect because people aren't upgrading as often anymore. People are, letting their PCs go a lot longer before they upgrade, excluding, like I said, the elitist ones. But, those are niche gamers. Not everybody can drop $4,000, on the latest NVIDIA card. You know what I mean? So it's just different. So times are changing. PC gaming is popular, but it's kind of like, and I feel like the way that our market is right now too, with inflation and stuff, is also a factor. People don't have money to be wasting on buying consoles and buying hardware for their PCs to upgrade them. Like people have to choose between paying bills and buying food. Like before, you could spend $200 of food and that lasts you the month. Now you spend $200 in food and that lasts you maybe, you're lucky if that gets you through the week. So it's, people are spending their money different. So everything is evolving and changing. So it makes sense to make your games available to everybody because not everybody is going to be able to invest in multiple platforms. Like most of us here have multiple platforms.
Yep.
But think about it. We got most of these platforms before inflation hit. People who haven't already done that, because you got to think about it. We have our younger generations of gamers. They only have one platform. All right. They can't afford to be dipping into multiple platforms right now. Especially if they're starting to go into college. College is insane now compared to it was insane when I went to college. It's even worse now. When I was in college, I was living off of pancake mix. All right, I don't even know
afford the water to go in it.
What are they doing nowadays? It's like they can't be affording to be buying all this, and then so they put all their money into their Apple phone because they do everything there. They're gonna buy that one platform. So it's just everything's changing, and we need to stop gatekeeping and being the old guard because we're basically being our parents, like when we grew up, you're like, oh, all the music my parents listen to is terrible, and I can't stand their movies, and oh my God, their TV shows are horrible. You're literally, you have become your parents. The younger kids hate all our stuff.
More, dude.
So it's like, come on, man. Things change and evolve, and you got to evolve with it. I mean, look at like a lot of our if you look at like your favorite bands, there's the bands that evolved and they're still making music, and then there's the bands that refuse to change their sound, and now they're gone. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Don't do that to the games and franchises you love. You got to allow change, otherwise they're going to be gone forever.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more, Terry. This is part of the change, and Microsoft has always been ahead of the curve, if you will, is the best way to say it. Let me check in with the chat real quick before I ask Shaddai the same question. Let's see. Happy Cloud Gamer says, I 100% agree with Phil Spencer. Let's see. Jesse Darby says, Halo's not going to PlayStation. Show me an article where it says this, and it's not just clickbait. Phil Spencer literally just said it. More games going to more platforms. He means Halo. He just didn't directly say it. He just didn't directly say it. But trust me. Because I never thought Sea of Thieves would go over. I thought that was a major Xbox franchise. It could have been a pillar. And so could have Hi-Fi Rush. So, yeah. Let's see. Legendary Yobi agrees with Terry. Terry, 100%. Happy Cloud Gamer Rides agrees with you. Let's see. Groco Polo says they're just following the market. A lot of devs would prefer to make for one platform, but it's not smart. Yeah, ask Square Enix. Let's see. Pixel Slapper says 480p was so underrated. Let's see. And live service games, and people seem to keep failing to realize this. Call of Duty is on all platforms. That's what they're talking about. Maybe getting Candy Crush on all platforms. Maybe. Let's see. Terry's speaking facts. Let's see. And some gamers still want to play on their couches and not on phone. These phones nowadays cost as much as PCs. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Let's see. Jesse Darby says, I still think Phil is talking about mobile. People keep forgetting that's a big part. Doesn't mean Sony doesn't mean Nintendo, even though some games will go. Yeah. So the big part about this that upsets me, you know what? I'll wait. Should I? Is Xbox messaging been more cleared up now about where it's going? When everyone plays, we'll win. He literally means everyone.
Okay. First of all, they always been like that. They're all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And when let's put it this way, I could go to the computer and write Microsoft just for the hell of it. Go to Wikipedia and it will tell you all the stuff that they create. And if you look at it, Windows OS is all over the place. It's in consoles, it's on PCs, whatever. Why am I mentioning that? Because in reality, that's why they created Xbox Play Anywhere with Gears of War 4. You got it. You get it on the Xbox. You get it on the PC.
Yes.
So that's why when you look at it at Microsoft, what percentage they are on the PC front? What is it, like almost 90%? They're all over the freaking PC, something like that.
Yeah, sure.
So pretty much they're all over the place. What other platforms? So what I'm trying to say is this. When they release it on the Xbox and it's on the PC side, I still consider it still exclusive because they own their operating system. No matter what, it's still considered exclusive. That's the reason why I'm saying those things. It's just that we still. I don't know. I don't see. How can I say it? It's hard to explain it. It's like they still consider it like a multi-plat because it's on the PC. But I'm like, yeah, but they carry Windows OS. That's theirs. So if it's on the Xbox and there, I still consider it exclusive. It's fine to have it on all over, all platforms. But the thing is, without exclusive, you will not get the credit that you deserve. You need to be very different than your competitor. I'm gonna repeat it again. It's gonna become monotonous. Everybody's gonna have the same thing, and sooner or later, probably in the future, they're gonna go back again. There's gonna be a company out there. They're gonna say, "I don't want to be like Microsoft." That's why what is it? Gabe used to be what? It used to be in Microsoft, and now it got Steam. It's the same thing. There's gonna be one person that's trying to be very different than Microsoft later on in the future. We're going in circles in here. I don't mind all platforms, but no, that's why you have multiplayers. Multiplayer is considered multi-platform. That's why it's called multiplayer. We do need exclusive. I don't know where he be getting that. I understand that, but you need to be very, very different. I don't consider this the future because there are games. We're talking about a phone that you really need for emergencies. I'm not gonna play Call of Duty and something happens and my battery is pretty much zero because I'm playing Call of Duty. This is not future for me. We need this for
you dinosaur.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not about being dinosaur.
Haven't you heard of external battery packs? Come on,
man. God. Bring your charging cord.
In general.
You keep that emergency battery pack on hot standby, man. You do your gaming.
It's not about being it's not about being a dinosaur. The thing is that games are being very demanding and pretty much sucking up your battery like there is no tomorrow. This is not no future. For Candy Crush and whatever, that's fine. But for bigger games, no. xCloud, you know what's gonna happen? Axel, how long does it last you to play Halo? Like the battery life. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, a few hours? I can play it for a few hours.
If you play for a few hours, from 100% to that few hours, let me guess, you're probably in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
See, it sucks the hell out of it. You know what I mean? And that's just a guessing. So that is not future. As long as people say, I don't know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about. I play Call of Duty Mobile, and it sucks the hell out of the battery. It's the same thing with the Switch. The first thing that they said, when you play Breath of the Wild, it's going to suck the hell out of your battery because it's very demanding.
But Shaddai, that has always been the case for mobile gaming. It didn't matter if you had a Game Boy, a PSP, a DS, the Switch now, the phone now. You always had to deal with, battery life. That's part of mobile gaming. Okay. And mobile gaming has been around for freaking ever.
No, that is true. But did
you play all those handhelds growing up as a kid?
I never had a Game Boy.
Any other handheld?
Nope. Other than the Switch.
Other than the Switch. Okay, so you don't do mobile gaming, but I did mobile gaming when I was a kid.
I did.
You hate mobile gaming now.
I hate it now. I don't have a need for it now. It made sense when I was a kid because as a kid, I didn't have access to the TV. When I got home, when Dad came home, Dad got the TV. We only had one TV. All right. Yeah. So I didn't, so mobile gaming made sense when I was a kid. You'd play games on the bus ride home from school. I was on the bus for over an hour.
Listen to this. And I think Dreadpool said this. He got a Switch. And he's like, I got big hands, so handheld is not for him. Imagine for people that got big hands on the cell phone. Even having a keychain is gonna give you carpal tunnel on those things.
You're gonna get that. You're gonna get that anyway, just for normal use on your phone.
That's what I'm saying. Gaming scrolling
on social media all day, like a lot of people do. You're gonna get the same thing.
Nah, that's why I see that is not for whoever says mobile is whatever. Yeah, but that's microtransaction thing. But I don't see that as a future unless if there are smaller games. I can see that happen. Smaller games, but bigger games, no, because then they're gonna say it sucks the hell out of my battery.
I mean, you're always going to have the battery, issue until we come up with something better than a battery. But it's evolved a lot.
A carry and battery pack.
When you look at like the OG Game Boy or even before, even look at like freaking Tiger Electronics, man. Like portable mobile gaming has evolved a lot. So the things that they're able to play on a phone today is crazy compared to what we could play.
But I feel like we're going backwards. I feel like we're going backwards because when I play, man, it's on the Switch. I had it. I played it on the phone. I'm like, wow, it looks nice. But I feel like we're going backwards because the graphics there or whatever the case may be is not as great as we're used to now. I feel like we're going back to PlayStation 2 era just to fit on the phone. We're going back. And that's why I'm like, I don't see that.
I mean, I agree that it does drain the battery really fast, but see, I do a lot of video recording on my phone, and that drains my phone faster than playing a game on my phone.
I think because it requires, because we're talking about video, it's gonna suck up a lot.
It does, but I'm just saying, recording video on my phone is way more intensive on the battery than playing a game on my phone. And a lot of YouTubers make just use their phone for their channels.
No, I agree on to that, depending on how long.
So I mean, technology will get better, and they'll, like I said, we need to come up with a better technology for the batteries. I mean, batteries have evolved even, but it's definitely the future. Like I said, just look at how people are now when it comes to the younger generation. They do everything on their phone. Like, you still watch actual TV. They don't do that. They watch all their stuff on their phone.
But that's what I'm saying. Whether it is mobile gaming, I even watch, common sense. I do have Netflix in here, but it drains the hell out of it unless if you don't have a really good connection. That's a whole different story. But it drains the hell out of it. But in general, for this, I understand it could be all over the place, but exclusive games are very important. It's the same thing as Disney Plus have exclusive movies that is not on Netflix or any other. They still does exclusive, and it's all over the place. And another thing is like on TVs. Are TVs more powerful than the PCs? No.
TVs?
Yeah, no. Because remember,
by themselves, no, they're just a display.
But that's what I'm saying. See what I mean? When they say all over the place, yeah. But the thing is, not a lot of people is gonna grab a controller. You know what? Let me go on my TV. I don't have a console. Let's have this, and you're screwed because it's not as powerful as a console or as a PC. We're still gonna end up going back to square one, having a console.
We won't be going back to square one.
No. Because remember, they're not as powerful. I'm talking about as a technology wise, it's not as powerful as either a console or a PC. No matter how you look at it,
they kind of are. These are basically mini PCs. These are mini PCs. The biggest issue is power. To battery life is the biggest issue. But like I said, that technology will evolve because they're going to develop technology based on where the need is. And if more and more people are gravitating to a phone for all their entertainment, then they're going to put more resources into development for the phone, and they're going to stop focusing on the devices that aren't being used. So if this is the future, they're going to focus on the R&D on this, and they're going to stop focusing on making better consoles. So the problems you have with this today won't be the problems we have 20 years from now.
Well, let's see how it goes when it comes to this. Let's see how it goes. But, right now we cannot talk about the future. We got to talk about the present because, like I said, any games that are launched on the Xbox, on the PC, I still consider it, exclusive. They're pretty much native to it. That's just me. You know, as long as they're trying to say, yeah, but it's on the PC. Yeah, but it runs on into this. That's why long time ago we were talking about OS. I'm like, is the OS is this? What's the difference between Linux and whatever? But still, you know, it's still considered native. I don't know. They're still gonna make money out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So Shaddai says that when everybody plays, we don't all win. He needs exclusives.
But you know, it's like we're still gonna win. Well, actually, they're still winning by having it on the PC, which that's their strongest.
But so yes, so that means only those people are winning. So
that means
master race, you console plebs.
Okay, so you're contradicting. You're contradicting the phrase. So when everyone plays, we all win is the phrase that we're discussing.
It's not contradicting.
It does. So if everyone plays, we win.
No,
you're saying if we play here, we win.
No, wait. If I look again, what is Microsoft product is? I could have PC, I could have Xbox, I could have Surface. They're winning because they're covering everything. You know, under them. I'm talking about under them. So honestly, they still winning. So they don't need to spread more to.
They're not winning. If you're pushing exclusives, then they're not winning because then you're gonna still have games that are on Nintendo or PlayStation,
but they don't need
Atari
them.
has their console that I think they finally had come up and no one talks about. Like
they don't need Nintendo or PlayStation. They really don't.
There's exclusive games that are only on PC. So yes, you can have access to those, but anything that's on, let's say, Sony or Nintendo, you don't have access to.
But
so you're not winning if you're pushing exclusive, which is what your whole argument is about exclusives.
No,
so there's exclusives you don't have access to.
No, my argument as a whole is whatever product is under Microsoft, no matter what it is, Surface or whatever it is, I still consider it exclusive because it's under them. So they really do not need PlayStation or Nintendo.
Phil is talking about. Phil is talking about.
But they don't
see more of our games on more platforms, and he doesn't mean Microsoft controlled platforms. He's talking about Nintendo. He's talking about PlayStation.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't need them. That's what I said. That they don't need them. They're only into one little thing, which is pretty much PlayStation only. They don't create anything other than PlayStation, unless if they're trying to add it into their Sony PlayStation card that they have.
PlayStation car.
Yeah, because remember, Sony have their own car. But they don't need them.
But if they may not need them, but it's more profit for them. That's more players logged in on playing their games.
What more profit do they want when the PC which they are operating is bigger than anybody else?
They don't get all of that revenue, man. You realize that Epic gets a lot of the revenue for the games that are on their launcher. Valve gets majority of the revenue for the games that's on their launcher. Ubisoft gets their launcher. EA gets their launcher. What profit do you think they're getting on PC, dude? They get some.
You know what comes to mind?
Majority.
You know what comes to mind, because they do have their own Microsoft store, and I'm very surprised that they're not focusing on that front. Because that could have been away from Steam or whatever, if they know how to do it correctly. I'm just saying, because I heard that the Microsoft store sucks. So,
anyways, all right. So Shaddai is anti. Everybody plays, we all win. He's more the exclusive front, which
I'm in between.
No, I'm not. So let's see.
I'm in between.
Let's check in with the chat real quick, guys. My beautiful wife says, I always agree with Miss coolcatterri. Cheryl Walker says, I'm calling it now. A Halo mobile game similar to Call of Duty Mobile. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Nothing important was said by my wife after that. Nothing important. This is not important. No.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, let's see. Jason Max says, just remember, Xbox is number one. Absolutely. By the way, Jason Max, thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Let's see. Shout out to Stephen Avery. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, I remember playing Pac-Man on my iPhone in the 80s. Wow. Let's see. More money means more porting games. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Let's see. Sir X-Men says, Terry, mobile games weren't as demanding when you were growing up like they are now for power.
And I already covered that. I did cover that.
Yes. Let's see. Terry, what videos are you recording on your phone? Eyeballs. Let's see. Let's see. Shout out to DE. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. 0.6K resolution is the best resolution. 640 by 480 is all we needed back in my day. So true, so true. Let's see. Let's go. Cloud gaming technology. For me, it runs flawless. You're the only one that ever says that. Only one, bro. I hate to say it, but you're the only one. Let's see. And I love cloud gaming, happy cloud gaming, but it's not flawless. I see all the bad things on it. Let's see. Let's see. Congratulations, doggy. I have no idea what's congratulating here. Let's see. TV uses cloud services to play games, and if you pay for GeForce now, you can play games at higher graphics than some consoles. I heard GeForce is really good. Yeah. Let's see. Stadia controllers had some insane good battery life. No joke. 3 to 4 days before charge. Wow. Shout out to Xbox Gamer. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Let's see. It's uncharted waters. Microsoft is the first giant publisher that also makes hardware. We shall see how it ends. It's going to end the same way that 3DO ended, man. And they're not. They're not the first big one. 3DO did it. Look what happened to them. Where's 3DO today? Nowhere. Because they had no exclusives. Let's see. 3DO had exclusives. They licensed out their hardware to be made by other companies. And so you had different price 3DOs from different people. And yeah, it just didn't go well. But yeah, they're the first big third-party company that makes a console, a successful console, and is going to a competing console. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. D brings up the good point that I'm making here. Xbox didn't send me a console, even though I wanted to play Starfield. I went in for the PS5 60 FPS port. Doom on PS5, South of Midnight on PS5, right? Exhibition 33 or whatever, PS5, I think. Shrugs. Yeah, absolutely. You don't need a PlayStation. D made my point. Thank you. Let's see. And top piece of gamers are on Xbox. We don't all win. Yeah. Let's see. Moving stuff over. So moving over. Jesse Darby, talk to me. When you see Halo, Gears, Forza, and Fable on PlayStation, then we all talk about this. They get to play and win a situation. It hasn't happened, and I don't think it's going to happen. But I think it's going to.
I think
as much as I'm against it, I think it's going to. And I am heavily against it. Terry can preach on this. I am heavily against it.
You're definitely heavily against it. But it's coming.
I'm also not in denial. I don't think it's not going to happen.
We're already in the early stages of it with them moving, Sea of Thieves and whatnot over. This is their testing ground right now to see.
And it's tested very well.
It's tested very well.
Yeah, so, but it's only one game that sell well while the other one didn't. See what I mean?
They had more than 2 games go over there. What do you mean?
No. I'm talking about selling. They could have 10 games and they could sell probably 2.
Dude, they just showed the top 5 best-selling games on the PlayStation 5, and 4 of the 5 are Xbox games. 4 of the 5
games right here. Best-selling number 1, Sea of Thieves. Look at it. Number 1 in US, Canada, and Europe, Sea of Thieves. That test went very, very well.
That's the only one. Call of Duty has always been multi-plat. That's it.
But yeah, still, I mean, an Xbox game being number 1 on a competing platform is
that's
huge.
What I'm saying. But
they're going to see it as a win, and that's why they're going to do this right here. You're going to see more games go to their platform, including Halo, Gears, Forza, Fable.
Because it's a multiplayer game. That's it. That's what only brings them money.
Pentiment wasn't a multiplayer. Hi-Fi Rush wasn't a multiplayer. What
they didn't sell, but that's what I was about to say. That's why I was gonna mention to you. I'm like, where is Hi-Fi Rush? Where is Pentiment? Where is Grounded? It's not even on the list. Only one out of the 4.
Because that list is like the all-time top-selling games. When you look at for the month when they first put them over, that month, 4 of the 5 best-selling games for the entire month were the Xbox games that they just got.
Yeah.
You're looking at for the entire that list is going off of like all of the games for over the years. Those games have only been there a month or two.
Yeah, and Jacob Novik says, who in the right mind would think that, one, every game goes to PlayStation, and two, why wouldn't it be great? Xbox has 32 plus games in the works, and bringing games to PlayStation means more money, aka green lighting more games.
Yes.
It's because the console becomes irrelevant.
It's already becoming irrelevant, though.
It's going to accelerate it.
On a technology stance, the console's making itself irrelevant.
Yeah. Let's see. We should start saying we want PlayStation games on our console and the Xbox. I think they just proved that they're not going to do that because there's a Lego game, and Lego is not going to be on our console. So
they're not Lego.
They're not coming here.
They're not going to let go.
Yeah, they're not going to let go at all.
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah, and here, Jesse, we just talked about it. No one's talking about the elephant in the room. Lego Horizons go to Nintendo. That would saw it. Make it seem like Sony's doing the same thing, but at a slower pace, which will change after October. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It seems though like. Let me keep catching up. Let's see. As of now, a lot of games are still not going to PlayStation. They're still Xbox console exclusives. Not every game will go to PlayStation. As of now, give it a year. Give it a year. Give it a year. One more year, guys. And the reason I say one more year, it took Phil Spencer 4 years to say not every Xbox game is coming to PC to every Xbox game is going to PC. You remember that, right, Terry? You remember that?
I remember.
So give it 4 years, and not every Xbox first-party game is going to PlayStation to every Xbox first-party game is going to PlayStation. And this is what I'm saying. I am heavily against this move as I think it is going to damage the brand.
Mm-hmm.
But I am also not in denial that it's going to happen. So,
I feel that type of way.
Yeah, I'm not in denial of it. You know, I'm hearing what Phil Spencer is saying. I'm not in denial. He's saying you're going to see more of our games on more platforms. And eventually, that saying is going to say you're going to see all of our future games on every platform. Eventually, this quote is going to change. And, you know, for better or worse, it's going to change, and we'll see. The Xbox handheld, obviously, Terry, let's move the topic along because I feel like this is a never winning topic because some of us are on one side of the fence, some of us on the other side, and we'll see what happens. All right. So what about an Xbox handheld? All right. At one point, Ryan asked Phil Spencer whether a handheld was in the works. While Phil wouldn't answer the question directly, he did mention to Ryan that Ryan should go talk to Sarah Bond instead, but ended with, and I quote, "The future for us in hardware is pretty awesome. The work that the team is doing around different form factors and different ways to play today and different ways to play. Today was about the games, but we will have time to come out and talk about the platform later." Pressing the subject, Ryan asked for a theoretical clarification on whether a handheld would be native or require some sort of internet connection to stream. Phil said, "I think being able to play games locally is really important. That's really all you need to know for now, isn't it?" So Xbox handheld coming out soon. Terry, you getting it? You're getting your Xbox Series hand.
No. Nope. I don't do the handheld gaming anymore. I just don't have the need for it.
And I'm sorry, Terry, before we get moving on. Terry, we had a poll about exclusives.
Yes. 12 votes. Are console exclusives important for the future of Xbox? 66% yes. Exclusives are consoles. 33% Game Pass is the only exclusive I need. And 0% said that they want to play Halo 7 on the Ouya.
Hey, they said every platform. I had to throw something out there, right? All right, back to the handheld. Terry, if you had a Game Boy and you loved it, why do you hate it now?
I don't hate it. It's like I said, I don't have a need for it. I had a need for, handheld gaming as a kid because I would have a lot of time sitting on the bus. I was on my bus when I got out of school. I was on my bus for about an hour and a half before I would get home. So
how were you commuting to another city?
No, I lived in a very rural area. So people live out in the country. It takes time to get people home. But like, but yeah. So I was on the bus for over an hour. So it made sense to have a game to play while I'm chilling on the bus for over an hour, right? So it's just different, and then because like I think the PSP was the last handheld I had because I didn't have it now, because that's when the PSP came out. That was the beginnings of me going to college. So I no longer needed handhelds anymore. I didn't have time for handheld when I was in college. It was literally, I worked a full-time job and I had school full-time. There was no time for gaming. It was back when I stayed up.
But don't you do Passenger Princess every now and again now?
Do what?
Aren't you the Passenger Princess every now and again?
Never. I always drive.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so your husband is going to get the handheld.
Yeah. Like literally, like if we ever go to the same place together, he's usually passenger because he's glued to his phone 24/7. All right, so I drive.
Do you treat him like the Passenger Princess? Put your hand on his thigh and everything.
No. But we also have a thing though too, depending on, because I have my vehicle, he has his vehicle. So if he's in the mood to drive, then we'll take his vehicle. So like we have a rule, like if we take like my vehicle, I drive my car, and if we take his, he'll drive his unless he doesn't want to, then he'll have me drive his. Mm-hmm. But usually, like, his is the only one we split because he just wants to be on his phone. so it's different. But like we never would just drive each other's vehicle. So yeah, he just prefers to be on his phone, and he'll be doing D&D on his phone or whatever. So it's like whatever. So it's fine. So like no, I'm never just sitting in a car long enough to play anything. And if I'm home, I'm gonna play on my console. I'm not gonna play on a handheld at home. I think that, and I mean, people do that, but I'm like, what's the point of playing on a handheld at home?
I like playing on my big screen. No, I definitely want to. But when all the games go to all the other platforms, the only Xbox hardware I'm gonna buy is gonna be niche hardware. So something like the handheld is what I'm gonna buy.
Yeah. So
yeah.
If I had a job that involved me doing a lot more traveling, then I would have a need for one. Yeah, but I don't have to do a lot of traveling, So I just don't have a need for handhelds. It's not that I hate handhelds. I just don't have a need for them.
Right. Shaddai, the Xbox handheld coming out. Are you gonna get one? Are you looking forward to it?
No, I feel like they are coming way too late for the party, and also Microsoft have this little track records of not supporting their product when they launch, and they kill it way too fast. It's like they don't let it, like develop and to a greater product. So I will not buy this console. I will not.
Oh, I am the only handheld enthusiast here. I love my handheld consoles. I didn't have a Game Boy growing up. I didn't have a Game Gear growing up or a Game Boy Color or anything. I didn't get a handheld until the Nintendo 3DS. Was my first handheld that I owned outright. And then I went and bought all the other handhelds back now that I'm an adult and I'm collecting. But growing up, I didn't have them. But when I was older, the 3D... No, I'm sorry. I had a Game Boy Advance. That was my first handheld, and it was fantastic, and I loved it. I was in the Army, and it... when you don't have a TV with you and downtime comes around, the end of the day, you've done doing all your tasks, and you got some extra time to sleep. In your sleep, like, I only need 4 hours of sleep. I can get 30 minutes in of whatever game I was playing at the time. I played my handheld, my Game Boy Advance, and I loved it. I am a handheld guy. I love them. I play on my phone. I have my Razer Kishi. I have my PSP. I have my 3DS. I have my Nintendo Switch. I have it all. So yeah, I love the handheld. And like I said, when Xbox goes full, every game on every platform, I'm gonna be mostly playing on PC. Still playing Xbox. Still being subscribed to Game Pass on PC. But the console, if Xbox Ultimate still includes the handheld, I'm going to be subscribed to Xbox Ultimate so I can play on my Xbox handheld. So yeah, that's the way I'm doing it. So yes, let's see. Yeah, that's why the Switch is awesome. I can dock it and connect to the TV natively versus Wi-Fi casting or whatever. Absolutely,
I agree.
100% true.
I agree.
True. Let's see. Yeah, I agree with Jesse Darby here. Then if you get rid of that 30 or 40 million console base, not including Xbox One, you lose money there too. So that logic doesn't seem right, Terry. Yeah.
Yeah.
They really are, they're phasing out consoles, but I feel that bringing all the games to everything is just accelerating it. So I'm going to think that until this handheld launches, they're not going to go full every game on every platform because they're not going to have they need somewhere to throw that audience.
That's the reason why
they're not just going to lose it.
See, that's the reason why I'm saying it. They don't need to put exclusive to other platforms. Look, they're announcing a new handheld, still exclusive for that.
They might be exclusives for it. We'll see. Let's see. Britney Spears. Shout out to Britney Spears. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Britney Spears says, I'm getting the handheld. Money is not a concern for me. Must be nice, man. Must be nice. Yeah. That's awesome. Let's see.
Britney better buy us a lot of PCs and consoles and handhelds.
Yeah. Let's see. And Pixel Slapper still says he plays his PSP twice a week. Yeah.
Wow.
Handhelds are fantastic. All right, let's see.
I love the Vita.
Success is measured in more ways than one. We're just talking about that. They're talking about everything. Yeah. So yeah, that was the essence. The interview was only about 20 to 25 minutes long, beginning to end. He does cover a lot. I recommend everybody go to listen to it. But overall, Xbox had a fire week. Gamers had a fire week. Everybody had a reason to be happy. I think everybody had a reason to be happy, right? And so everybody had a reason to be happy this week. Whether you saw games that you are looking forward to, like I did, like Terry did, like Shaddai did, or you're looking forward to where Xbox is heading as a whole, whether you're pro Terry, where they're going to be putting all their games on everything, or you're pro Axel, where you're going to get a handheld, or I don't know, you're just in the dumps. Something is happening, because he doesn't like either strategy. Xbox, a lot is happening in the Xbox space, and yes, absolutely, lots to be excited for as Xbox gamers. Now I can't even call you Xbox console gamers. We are going to transition over from Xbox console gamers to Xbox gamers. No matter where you are, whether you're playing them on native hardware, PC hardware, or third-party hardware, Team Blue or Team Red, you are all still Xbox gamers. And I think that's what Xbox really cares about. And that is where this show needs to transition to. So we might be talking a lot more about Team Blue and Team Red in the future. So don't be surprised if that happens, everybody. With that being said, guys, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. Unless anybody has anything else to add. Terry, anything you want to talk about? Shaddai, anything you want to talk about before we leave?
Yes, one more thing. Sorry, I got to use that quote. Xbox Showcase was better than Ubisoft. Thank you.
There you go. All right. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Okay. But of course, we wouldn't be able to do this show without you guys, the chat, and that's why you guys, the chat, will always be the MVP to any of the shows here on the Iconic Video Games channel. With that being said, I'm Axel1324.
I'm coolcatterri.
And I'm Eternus today.
And happy Father's Day, everybody. We'll catch you guys next week. Go do your